and welcome to Best Bet Live. I'm Arlie Johnson, and we are ready for the final day and final table of the 2022 Best Bet Winter Open's main event. This is a $2,000 no-limit hold'em tournament. The field was 387 players when we began. That gives us a total prize pool of $692,730 for the prize pool. And again, we are down to our final 8. Let us introduce you to our contestants. We'll move around the horn from seats 1 to 8. In seat 1, he hails from Columbia, South Carolina. A chip count of 560,000. Please welcome Matthew Malden. In the 2 seat, calls North Carolina home now, but originally from the St. Augustine area, or at least has been here for a long time. Considers himself a Best Bet regular. He is currently second in chips with 2,210,000. Please give a round of applause for Ray Leone. In our 3 seat, hailing from Plainfield, New Jersey, he has a chip count of 450,000. A round of applause for Ryan Honer. In the 4 seat, from Asheville, North Carolina, his chip count is 1,020,000. A round of applause for Warren Sheaves. We skip the 5 seat and move to the 6 seat at our final table. He is from Montgomery, Alabama. A chip count of 1,990,000. A warm welcome for Gavin Monroe. In the 7th seat sits our chip leader, just barely over Ray Leone. His chip count is at 2,240,000. He is from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Please welcome Tyler Payne. In our 8th seat, he is the short stack for now, but we know things can change. A count of 265,000. Please welcome David DiBernardi. And rounding out our field, from Tallahassee, Florida, a chip count of 945,000. Let's give a round of applause for Adam Wells. Gentlemen, again, congratulations for making it this far. Next person out, 8th place, will receive $17,673. But obviously that's not what you're playing for tonight. What we are playing for is for first place. The top prize tonight will be $140,058 plus that super swanky trophy that is sitting between seats 4 and 6 right now. So fellas, good luck to all of you. Our dealer to start things off is Chase. We will be playing at a 30,000 ante, 15,000 small blind, 30,000 big blind. We still have 27 minutes left on this level, and the button will begin in the 7 seat. Chase is our dealer. Chase, shuffle up and deal. Good luck again, guys.
All right, thank you, Arlie, and welcome to Best Bet Live. This is our final table of the 2022 Best Bet Winter Open. This is our main event. 2K buy-in, 387 in the field. Top prize pool, $692,730. Final 8, and joining me tonight, guys, very special guests, Eddie Marscassi and Kelly Slay. What's up, guys?
What's up, Johnny? Thanks for having us, sir. Johnny. Feels good to be back in the booth.
Medium to good luck. Yeah, it is. Dynamic duo.
That's right. We got a good one here, as Johnny said. 2K main event. Got some really accomplished players at this final table as well.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun to watch. Some really good players actually at this table. And some of them with a lot of chips, a couple of short stacks. Should be fun to see how this plays out.
First hand, folded to the small blind and the button. It's going to lay down the 10-3 suited. He had about 9 big blinds here. It's our short stack. Excuse me, he was the button, not the small blind. Welcome to everybody in the chat, Twitch chat, Facebook chat, YouTube chat. There we go, small blind opening. Adam Wells from Tallahassee, Florida, in the small line, going to open the queen 9. Over to Matthew Malden. Matt's pretty short here. He's only got,
Yeah, he lets it go.
yeah. Tough spot. First hand of the tournament.
Our clock isn't going yet.
All right, Adam Wells is going to take the first pot here.
Sorry.
Yeah, Matt had about 20 blinds. There is one short stack, super short stack at the table, so otherwise we might have seen him let that one rip.
Yeah, that's a spot. Obviously, like in the middle of a tournament, you just easy jam. You know, you got an ace, blind versus blind, but we can see some ICM implications with Matt being the 6th shortest stack, so 2 stacks shorter than him. He doesn't want to punt off his 20 big blind stack, so he elects to play the safe route and just let it go.
As they say, wait for a better spot.
Yeah, you say that all the time, don't you?
Way too much.
Don't say it too much, folks.
Although I did punt in this one, so maybe
That's right.
not.
And you find some spots to punt every now and then. Kelly Slay finished 21st in this tournament. Nice little score, even though you punted off your 14 bigs.
Yeah, I'm still steaming.
I finished 33rd, I believe, in the money. 1 pay jump, I believe.
Yeah, I know you got unlucky with your aces. You have to practice with those.
Yeah. Nope. I didn't punt over here. I got it in with the 2 aces.
Okay, here we go. Gavin's got the ace jack. I played with Gavin a lot when we were down to 3 tables yesterday, and I was very impressed with his play. Very aggressive.
Yeah, interesting dynamic here. Gavin opens and gets called by the chip leader directly behind him. Ace, king, 6, he decides to check.
Yeah, that's good for Tyler. Good run out, easy to get away from the 3s there, even though you have the spade in your hand. Just can't play a big pot there. But Tyler on your left with a big stack is never a good thing. He's a very accomplished player and solid but very aggressive in the right spot. So I'm impressed with his play as well.
Agreed. I'm looking forward to see what kind of pressure he does apply with that big stack.
And from the little bit that I saw yesterday from Gavin, he's going to fight back. So I'm expecting to see some fireworks out of those 2 seats right there. And they're probably happy to have Warren on their right. Warren's a very accomplished player as well. He lives in Asheville now, and said he wasn't playing that many tournaments anymore. But in fact, you and I started our table 1 with him.
And Tyler.
And Tyler.
Yeah,
How about that?
That's right.
Yeah, I knew that was a bad table draw.
Yeah, luckily they broke that one quick.
And to see those guys here, it's not surprising.
Yeah, actually Warren is going to be technically our most accomplished player as far as Hinden Mob stats here, with 925K in Hinden Mob earnings. So could potentially put him over the $1 million mark here today.
Where that is in the stream. Tyler's my brother, Warren's my best friend.
Oh, it's going to be a good day.
I don't want to try to pronounce that and mess it up.
DK Knucklesberg. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in, DK. Everybody in the Facebook chat. Shane Hawkins, Michael Singleton, Chris Bourne, I see you. Regina, Dallas, Guy.
Okay, we got a button versus blind spots here. 2 of them with an ace and an ace flops. Ray's getting a little splashy here. Out of position. A couple of back doors.
Ray's getting very splashy here.
He's got chips. You know, Ray's a little unorthodox, but picks his spots pretty well sometimes. So he's difficult to play against because you never really know exactly what he's doing.
Oh, 100%. He's fearless, as we see, and he can put you in some spots. That's for sure. He's going to find himself in a spot here with Queen Jack, Queen of Clubs.
This may slow him down.
We see him drop to 0% after the 7 of spades hit.
I'm expecting this to get checked down from here actually, unless the right card pops off on the river. This pot got plenty big enough for an ace deuce. And that's a total brick. Ray looks like he's up to some bad intentions.
Oh,
Here he
boy.
goes.
Oh, no.
See if I can take this pot from these whippersnappers.
He knows Queen High isn't going to take it down. Unfortunately, both of his opponents have an ace.
All the draws miss. You got an ace. What did he bet?
75 is too small.
Yeah, he's definitely getting called here.
Yeah, but he's going to get called.
Might get called in 2 spots.
Oh, Matt's so short. Oh, this will be interesting to see once it gets back to Matt. Ryan can't fold here for 75.
Yeah, this actually might get, if Ryan calls, Matt might find the fold.
Yeah, I tell you, if Ryan would have called quicker, maybe Matt can find a fold bet with Ryan tanking this long. I wonder if that's going to play into Matt's decision. Could not. It's just so small to win this, to win or chop this pot.
I'll be surprised if Matt doesn't fold here after watching him play. He's a little on the careful side.
You chop with ace. You chop with ace 4 as well. There's really no,
Just put him on the one hand you can chop with. There you
well,
go, Eddie.
ace 2, ace 4 is what I'm saying. You know, it's like if he had 2 pair, he would have raised. So like if he had ace 8, ace 10, he would have jammed pre-flop because he's short.
I told you, folded the ace.
Yeah, he does fold. Not gonna like this. Oh, he's not even gonna go see. Oh, that's rough.
That's really bad.
Oh, he'll know in 15 minutes when his buddies text him.
Yeah, that's Ray up to no good, as we said. But you're right. His sizing was never going to get that done unless they had total air.
Tough spot there for Matt. Two somewhat tough spots here in the early going. It's going to knock him down to our second shortest stack now. Now him and David are going to be sub 10 bigs.
Yeah, I mean, normally you see the middle stacks staying out of the way and the big stacks getting to play pots, waiting for the little stacks to double or bust. And I expect that dynamic to play out here with these players.
Sometimes get a wild card like Ray Leon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That'll just come in the middle with the queen jack off and just decide to lead 20% in a spot where no one's folding. All right, so Ray opens the button here with the jack 7. Warren defends the big.
Mama Slay tuning in for the Slay Rock.
That's right, Mama Slay. Thanks for tuning in. It's an honor to have her tuning in.
Yeah, it is.
Her time is a little more precious than the most of us.
I can assure you, she watches the least amount of poker of anybody you know.
This will be the only poker content she watches all year.
Confirmed.
We're glad to have her. Ray's gonna c-bet the jack high flop. Warren's gonna let it go. Warren doesn't want to get too involved with anyone that covers him, especially while we're still 8-handed. Let's get some of these shorties out of here.
Yep, I think that's good strategy, and I expect that out of most of these guys.
Hey, Kelly Slay saying she's tuning or cheering for Matt, her South Carolina buddy who saved her last year, got her to min cash.
She did. She shoved right on the bubble last year, and he ended up folding an ace jack for her face up.
Ooh.
She got into the cash, and he went on to finish second. So
she knows I'm never folding that to her.
she said it's good karma, and it was for him as well. So
Right.
he played very well. So again, there's an experienced player here in Jacksonville. Tyler Payne's had some success here. I think Warren may have had some success here. I'm not sure. I know he's had some scores. I don't know if any are here.
I think he was actually bemoaning the fact that he hasn't had much success here.
Oh.
Where I'm sure he finds success almost anywhere he goes with over 900K in earnings. He certainly found success this time.
Yep. Speaking of success, you had a pretty good series. You had a handful of cashes like you always do.
Yeah, played 5 tournaments, cashed in 4.
What happened with the other one?
That's what I'm saying.
You a lot of people out there might not know, and Eddie might be too humble to tell you guys, but he is the all-time leading. I don't know if you're still the money winner here because they had a couple big ones, but I know you've had the most cashes of anybody in this room since it opened. So congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks. I've been here the longest.
You have been here the longest, but you've been consistently getting there.
Yeah.
And more so lately.
I'll
so.
take it. That's something, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's hard to get there.
Now we saw our short stack shove the ace-9 and get it through. So now him and Matt are going to be real similar stacks.
This is the dynamic that I'm looking to watch the most tonight is Gavin and Tyler, especially blind versus blind.
Yeah, with these two stacks.
Yeah, these boys both don't mind getting it in there, and they don't mind calling down light. We had a hand yesterday when we were at 3 tables, and Gavin fired a couple of bullets at it, and it was like a 4-club board, ace and a king, and Tyler called him down with king, no club, on a pretty big river bet.
Oh, so they already have an interesting dynamic
no, there's
going.
a little
for sure.
dynamic. That's what I'm telling you. This is going to be fun. It will not surprise me to see those two in the final 3 or 4 anyway. If a couple of the short guys bust, and if they get some chips, it's gonna be, especially if Warren's in the mix, it's gonna be some good poker tonight.
That's a nice little.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this final table. See what I'm doing wrong.
All right, big one here for Warren.
Yeah.
He's gonna be sitting on about 30 bigs here, opening the cutoff, ace-queen.
I think this is the first hand he's played. Looks like it might get right through. Yeah, David's probably too short to do anything with queen 8.
Yeah, at this point, these chips are so valuable. You can't even call, even for this small price here, because you really want to keep yourself as close to the other short stack as possible. You don't want to put any clear separation between you and him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Most people look at queen 8 and go, "Oh, you got to defend queen 8." Well, you do in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah, but you got Matt's over there with like the same stack, and you don't want to have 70K less than Matt, because then Matt knows all he has to do is wait you out. Like if you stay around the same, or you can have a little bit more, you put all the pressure on him to make the move first, and you can find yourself laddering up a bunch. At this point, when you get down to this sub 10 big blind stack, and another opponent has a similar stack, that's the game. It's no longer winning the tournament game. The game is literally making this pay jump. Which one of us are going to do it?
Yep.
Of course, some spots come up that are just simple. They play themselves. But a lot of it is like little subtleties like that. You know, you don't lose 35 extra K by seeing a flop.
Yeah, or worse, hitting like top pair, no kicker. In that case, you would have got stacked.
Yeah, at this short stack depth, you have to, when you do flop pairs, you have to go with it. So then you're kind of putting yourself in harm's way a little bit.
Here they go again. Button with an ace. Tyler in the small blind with a raggedy ace, but he lets it go out of the small. Especially with a short stack behind him, he's got to worry. He's got to worry about David shoving over the top of him.
Yeah, he could easily 3-bet light, and then David, wakes up with hands like 8s or 9s. He's just going to get it in because he's so short.
So interesting. I played day 1 of the main event in Vegas this summer, or this fall, I should say, with David on my immediate left. We played day 1 together, and so I spent 10 quality hours with him.
Tough spot.
Super nice guy, and he actually has a poker blog. Does videos.
So today he's going to step it up just a notch. I already told you at the top. Yeah, that's true.
Tyler's wife, baby boy, and sister-in-law cheering him on from Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's nice. Welcome to the stream. Brandon Allen just lit one up. Go Warren. I like seeing the family and friends come out.
Right. Warren open to 3s. Fairly early position.
Okay, this should be getting in. Matt with 2 6s in the big. Andrew Dykeman, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Welcome to the stream.
surprised these aren't already in there. He's what, on 10 bigs?
Well, yeah, they're going in. You just got to play the role, you know. You know how it is. Act like it's a decision. At least I think. Maybe not. I'm wrong.
Well, again, there's two short stacks at the table, and
Well, there's one. He's one. He's the other one. And this is actually, if he shoves and gets it through, it's puts himself clearly ahead of the other one. Oh man, Warren's gonna win this one. He knows a lot of Matt's good king X's should have been shoving pre-flop, so we can go ahead and see bet here.
and this is exactly why you should put the 6s in pre-flop.
6s is a beautiful spot.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
Warren has folds. It's not like he's just opening just premiums. He has opens and folds, and he knows you're going to be a little extra snug here in the early going with another short stack. He's going to fold his small suited wheel aces, offsuit broadways if he's opening them. All right, so the short stacks are nearly identical now. Hal Lewis, thanks for the compliment, sir. Oh, that's right. Warren doesn't play much poker anymore because he's said he opened that business.
Yeah.
Small axe cannabis. That's his passion now. So a little plug to his.
I'm surprised he doesn't have some up on the table.
Yeah. Where's the
Product placement.
swag? I imagine there's some customers out there in the chat world. Lisa cheering on Ray Leone here in D.C., his daughter.
Okay, Tyler's raising the hijack to 2x, ace-9 of diamonds. Ray in the big line with 5s. I thought he was just going to call, but these might be some raisin chips.
Oh, wow, look at this.
This is not really the guy you want to go after. Like you were saying earlier, the last thing you want to do right now is play big pots with the other big stacks.
Tell you what,
out of position.
Ray is, like we were saying, Ray has no fear. This is what makes him difficult, because Tyler doesn't want to play a big pot either.
Right.
He doesn't want to play a big pot with another big stack. Ray came in second in chips, and Tyler was first. Like, you really want to avoid this at all costs, and so this is like a leveling war where Ray, in theory, should be really strong. But with this position against the guy who's willing to do stuff like this, though, it's like
Yeah.
you want to get in there.
Oh no. Oh boy. Well, the good news for Tyler is the ace flops, and he's going to have Ray on a very tight range with a lot of big aces in it. So Tyler's not going to lose many chips here, I wouldn't think. But Ray 3-betting 5s and flopping a set. That's running good. But,
Very interesting. He's going to have to go with some small sizing here, or else he's going to run Tyler away on turn and river. Tyler, of course, going to call one, no doubt. It'll be interesting what size Ray uses, because he could blow him off if he gets a little scared. If it comes like a heart or something, 10 of hearts, and he's worried about flush or straight coming in, and he blows him off, Tyler could actually make a good fold.
Ray actually went kind of a big size on his C-bet there.
Look, 565 in the middle. He just throws out, how much are those white chips? 100Ks? So he just throws out 3 of them. Not a huge bet, but man, I mean, in relation to the pot, but this is such a big bet.
Yeah.
In relation to their stacks, and like this is 10 big blinds.
You know, Tyler didn't turn any help here. If he turns a diamond, that's a different story. But this is a clear fold for him, because against Ray's perceived range, it's full of aces and kings and jacks and ace king,
Yeah,
right?
not
I mean,
even, yeah, like
he
even
never
when
has 5s.
even when you outflop the kings, which is a hand that people do 3-bet from the blinds, obviously. Frequently, now that even just got there. And honestly, the way Ray just threw them chips, like,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Like, he knew they were coming back. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's, one of them live things you can pick up on.
Wow.
Well, maybe not.
I'm surprised this is a call from
Well,
Tyler with no back door.
this is Ray's reputation, his image. Boy, 9 would have just been catastrophic there.
Yeah.
Although he still would only just call.
1,000,001 in the pot. Ray's not really even counting anything out. He's just pushing chips out there.
This small sizing too. He just called 300 on turn. Now it's 500.
Yeah, that's a milky bet for sure. Never a bluff.
Wow, Ray putting Tyler in a super difficult spot here in the early going. Tyler no longer has a big stack to be able to maneuver the way he once did, and now he could end up being one of our shorties if he makes a call and is wrong, which we know he is wrong, or doesn't have the best hand.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see him call the turn when he didn't improve with a diamond or a 9. But you know, he's played with Ray. He's got his own reads and his own reasons for doing what he's doing.
Ray's play does, garner some of these hero lookups, and you can't really blame yourself because Ray does some funny stuff sometimes.
Right. Well, we already saw it with the Queen Jack.
But Ray's a thinking man too, so he does that knowing that he can do funny stuff when he has it, and then get looked up.
That's what I said. There's a method to his madness,
Right.
for sure.
Of course, he didn't get here just by accident.
Right.
Hero up, make the fold here, Tyler. Can you do it?
Yeah. I think this is an easy fold. I mean, it's easy for us to say because we're looking at Ray with the set 5s.
Of course.
But let's pretend we don't know he has 5s.
He's only
What does he have?
he's only beating spazzy bluffs.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. And really, what are the spazzy bluffs? 4s, 3s, 2s.
And he's likely to bet even bigger with his missed draws, right? If you happen to have spades somehow.
He shows
showing
him. Look at that.
Okay, now Tyler's like, all right, I see you.
I don't love that from Ray now.
Yeah, knows you got 3 bet by pocket 5s.
I mean, of course, they're all going to know in 15 minutes anyhow. But
Sure, but it's not like Tyler opened from the button. That was the middle position hijack, I think. Open, he gets 3 bet out of the big.
yeah,
by pocket
these stacks are wrong right now after that big hand.
And pocket 5s is exactly the hand you want to see a flop with out of the big for half price.
Right. It's a pretty good just flat and can play rather easily on the flop.
I mean, who knows if Tyler would have kept barreling after he hit that ace once Ray called him in the big.
Yeah,
It
well,
could have gone a different way.
Ray lives on the edge,
Yeah.
He likes to 3-bet it and start a real dynamic here early. Oh, there's the good one. You love to see that ace-king suited here with 9 bigs.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. Nice guy, even though he busted me.
Yeah, I played with him a lot in the 1K 6 max and in day 1 of this. We played all day in day 1 of this. Definitely a nice guy, tough opponent.
Yeah, he was pretty snug at when we were 3-handed. Just happened to have 10s in the small blind.
9 bigs does Ryan call here with ace-4 clubs.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I like it. Preserve your stack,
Yeah.
Obviously, there are some hands we're ahead of in David's shipping range. He's going to be shipping king queens and 10 jack suited, and all kinds of little stuff like that. But
Yeah,
he's going to be more snug than your average, average chart spot. Again, because this is with the other short stack.
Yeah, I 100%. And if you get it in there second with ace-4, if you're ahead, you're just barely ahead.
Right. Even with those king queen hands, it's not a spot you really want to be in.
No.
You'd like to have ace-8 so you can actually be ahead of hands like ace-4 and ace-5, ace-6. Ace-4, you're hoping he has ace-3 or ace-2. It's just not enough hands to be really dominating.
All right, here we go. King, queen of hearts, under the gun. Tyler's next with the 4s.
All right, Tyler with just 50 bigs now.
That's plenty, especially in 40-minute levels. Adams from Tallahassee, he played well at a couple of tables yesterday. Didn't really see him getting out of line. Made some good calls, made some good plays. I was impressed with his play as well.
Oh, Warren does have his little product placement right there. Okay,
There you go.
That must be what that is.
That's what that is. Ooh,
Oh boy,
sets must be easy to flop.
yowza!
And the hearts. We're about to see a big pot,
Gavin checks it over.
as he would with that out of position with that kind of 8-high flop a lot. A lot of people think you just have to see bet when you open, and that's not the case, especially anymore in solver world.
Yeah, a lot of checks when out of position, especially on these. This is like a.
Let's see what Tyler does with the sizing here. I'm expecting it to be small.
225 in there. Looks like he bets 130.
Yeah, not as small as I thought.
Pretty big, yeah. A little more than half pot, 3 ways here on the flop. Gavin's gonna check call.
Oh boy,
Binks the nuts right on the turn.
that's an awful card for Tyler. He's hoping Gavin's got an ace in his hand. Probably expects a continuation bet or some check raises with his actual holding of king, queen of hearts. There's not that many flush combinations he can have now with the ace out there, opening under the gun with the short stacks around back, right? You're not going to see a guy opening 5, 6 of hearts very often at this stage under the gun. So this is a really bad card for Tyler.
He's hoping that Gavin check called with a hand like ace king, ace queen with a heart.
Right. So what was that about?
That's 275.
Half pot bet?
Yeah. And
Is this a smooth or check raise? Yep. There we go.
oh
And
gosh,
it's
Tyler
that's
again.
It's just my heart's breaking. Tyler's one of my favorites out there. So now what do you do?
Well, you know what? One of the
He's representing flushes and flush draws, right?
or like one of the. This is kind of a card where, like, if we can start thinking about folds, now we're actually beat by a set of aces that could have played it that way as well. You know.
Aces could have played it that way. And
Gavin,
so
Gavin could have easily turned a set of aces here and decided not to let any more hearts peel off. Check raise all in.
Yeah, and his other handing is other hands in his range are the ace with the king of hearts, right? Might play it this way.
But would it though? Because ace and the king of hearts is not loving it when Tyler 4-bet jams here, right? It's a crying call and they hate it. So really, it's not a good raise with that type of hand.
There
and
you go.
It's like the best hand to call with.
All right, let's see if we pair the board. Yep.
Oh, Tyler's
Well,
not pleased.
he's got 10 outs, right? That's one of
And
them.
there's one. Tyler spikes the 3 to make a full house on the river and double up.
That's a heartbreak for Gavin.
What a turn of events. He loses a big pot to Ray. Gets still a healthy 50 big blind stack, but finds himself in a pot with Gavin, who has him covered, and then gets it all in behind. Bink.
Yeah, and Gavin played that hand really well.
There's a lot of people in North Carolina looking to pair the board there. Pair the board.
Yeah, I could hear it.
That's right.
Wow, what a hand.
What a spot. What a spot. Final table, 140K up top. You get it in behind and bink it to become the chip leader.
With two or three short stacks out there, right? I mean, we're still 8-handed.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why you saw Ryan fold the ace-4, right? Because you just never know when a big hand's going to happen. You're going to ladder right up.
Yeah, let's remember, Tyler came in as the chip leader, and had that board not paired, he'd be gone,
Right.
out first.
Right. Exactly right.
Anything can happen, and really
Absolutely.
you can't fault it. That situation, situations come up where people have to
Yeah.
to get it in.
Plays itself. That one stings a little.
Yeah. Back to work, Gavin.
Yeah, and he will be. You know what? When we went three tables yesterday, he had 400,000 or 500,000 chips, and he got all the way down to 100, and then looked back over, and he was up to 900.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting them moving. Borderline tilted when he lost a big hand, but he got him right back in action and ran it right back up. So, like I said, he's not afraid.
11 bigs here. Ace-8's going to find the muck. I like that fold with with Matt over there.
Yeah, me too. And here's a spot. Wait, you wait patiently for a spot where you can be all in first with a whole hand with a lot of equity. There you go.
Oh boy. What do we got here? Oh, Ryan's got the 2-8s. He's just going to ship it
Yeah.
from the button. Yep.
And they're up to, I didn't hear the blinds go up. Yeah, 20-40. There it is in the bottom right.
I like that shove right there by Ryan. Everyone might be saying, "Oh, with the two shorter stacks, wouldn't you want to play it safe and just raise?" But here, like playing it safe is actually shoving, because you know it's actually a little more dangerous to raise it up into.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't push,
You know,
you wouldn't push your stack
it's just
out.
you're going to end up losing more chips, especially when you're unwilling to go broke. People know that, so they're going to put you to the test in these spots.
Yeah.
Best way to stay out of that spot is pocket eights are so much likely to favor it pre-flopping and can actually get called by worse hands. Let's just jam it in.
Absolutely. If you run into a bigger pair, you just run into a bigger pair, or a big hand's going to call you.
And you know, sometimes if you know, if the guy wakes up with ace king, ace queen, and calls, okay, like these are the flips that we want to do. We want to do 80 big blind flips, not 20 big blind flips.
Right.
We don't want to fold down to 10 big blinds and then get in a flip.
Yeah.
If we get in flips, we want it to be for a lot of chips. Warren going to raise the button here.
Well, and a hand like eights plays so poorly post flop as well, right?
Exactly. It's so easy to get blown off of it later. Gavin, ace nine in the small blind, is going to ship in his about 19 bigs.
Like I said, he's not afraid.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate at all.
That was a button open with an ace nine. I think that's a good shove.
Oh yeah, especially Warren knows to open wide here.
Yeah, he's probably opening close to half his.
Yeah, and you see that's why he actually calls off here. And
yeah, he's got one of the better hands that he would open in that
Right,
spot.
exactly.
As you said, I mean, Gavin could have ace seven there just as easily, right?
yeah, king jack, king queen, like of course, you know, Gavin, like you said, he's a.
Yeah, I saw him put in with king queen in a similar spot yesterday, so
Ooh,
that's harsh.
Gavin's going to get the double here.
Hit your eight when you didn't want to hit your eight.
No. Matt over there saying, "Oh gosh, another one." 2 spots for someone to bust out, and both times the short stack wins.
Yeah,
That's how it goes sometimes.
it sure did yesterday.
Matthew Higgins, let's go Gavin. Jamie, good luck Gavin. Gavin getting some love in the Facebook chat.
I saw you. I was like,
Yeah, I was telling you, like, no, you don't, like, stick around. Yeah. What is this dude talking about?
All right, king 10 of hearts now for Warren. And now he's, what, 13, 14 bigs? Interesting spot because he's got 2 players with less than him.
Yeah, he's just going to put it in.
Not that interesting. All in here. Should have put the product out there too.
What do you do with king 10 of diamonds on the button with Gavin and a big stick?
Easy fold. You're not crushing really any hands.
Yeah, I would fold it.
Uh-oh, this one ain't getting folded. Tyler wakes up with 2 queens in the small. David's loving this in the big blind with the short stack.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, it's 40K big blind now, so yeah, so Warren's stack is not 13 or 14 bigs, it's actually
10.
just over 10, so yeah, king 10. Much easier jam. No heart. Kind of need a king.
Another ace.
Not going to do it. And Warren Sheaves is going to finish in 8th place here.
Yeah, 8th place payout is going to be $17,673. Now everybody's guaranteed $22,595.
So David doing a victory lap right now. He's down to
Yeah,
what?
David and Matt both made a little pay jump there by folding.
Yeah. And I can tell you the table's breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, no one wanted to see Warren get it going. As we said, he comes in here with the most career earnings, just under $1 million. He's going to add 17,000 there.
So I think he started maybe what, he was the 3rd in chips when it started? Forget what he was.
I think he was 4th. I think it was Tyler,
He
Ray,
had $1 million.
Gavin, and then Warren. Yeah.
Yeah, he had $1 million. Okay. Here
Oh,
we go.
Now 2 queens for.
Matt waited
Matt.
patiently, picks up his queens.
It's just going to rip it in here. Again,
Basically 6
yeah.
big blinds.
Yeah, 40K big blind now, so.
It's going to get through.
Oh, Tyler's going to look him up, that's for sure.
Nope, there it goes. A little slow on the curl.
We had 387 entries in this tournament. Paid 49 places. So Tyler's going to
raise.
rejam,
Yep,
basically.
or re-raise just to get
Yeah.
the blinds out of there. Adam had ace-8 in the big.
All right, Matt at risk here.
Took one of Tyler's outs.
Yeah, Matt in pretty good shape.
Oh, it's not queen-queen, it's queen-9.
Oh, no, not queen-queen.
It said queen-queen in the graphic.
Never mind, yeah. It's queen-9 of diamonds.
Okay, I still like that, Joe, that jam.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent hand to be when your next hand basically going to be all in the big blind.
Yeah.
Or at least pot committed in the big
Yeah.
blind. Queen-9 of diamonds pretty good looking at that point.
Pretty standard shove, but good game, Matt. Way to ladder up.
Yep, good game, Matt. Matt's going to get in 7th place now, 22,595.
David breathes another sigh of relief.
Now David a clear short stack, so he'll be much more willing to get it in spots, not having to consider another short stack. Yeah, they were off earlier. Eric Ridgeway in the chat saying David earning 12K at least by laddering up. That's right. Short stack has outlasted 2 players now.
That's how you do it.
Yep, exactly. That's the game when you're the short stack. It's no longer, I mean, if once you get a stack again, you go back to, okay, the game's winning the tournament. But once you're that shorty, it's just all about outlasting the other shorties. Ace king now, Gavin. Raise it up from the hijack. Ray's going to come along from the big. Or no, did he 3-bet? Oh, he 3-bet.
He did.
Small.
Yeah, that's going to end poorly. And that's why you don't 3-bet the Jack 10 out of the big blind. I'm not sure what Ray's. That's twice he's 3-bet hands that are easy calls and see how we can flop. So the first one he got lucky and flopped a set. This one he's just going to have to fold away any equity he has.
Yeah, he knows he's just got to let this one go. That was a optimistic raise, I'd say, there from the big. Especially that size. We're not going to get Gavin to fold a lot. Now we're just putting more money in out of position with Jack high.
Here's Ray getting his BB time before he folds.
He's actually been quieter than I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to make that look like it was a very tough decision, like he had to fold ace jack or ace queen or something.
Yeah. David's sitting over there saying, "Oh yeah, why don't you guys play a real big one here?"
Yeah. Adam in the 8 seats kind of stayed out of the way like I expected him to with the middle stack. Kevin's been a little active like I expected him to be, and Tyler's been in there. He's had hands, but he's been pretty active as well. And here you go, opening king 10 off under the gun, 6-handed. We have to remember under the gun's really the low jack, right?
Yeah, David with ace 10 is going to have an easy get in here.
Yep. And another reason you don't necessarily open king 10 under the gun with a short stack behind you.
Yeah.
But
we do have to be aware of that. We're working on those updated chip counts for you. Dickie Malone in the Facebook chat.
he went deep again. Seems to get there a lot.
Yeah, I think Dickie Malone's been working on his game, you can tell.
see one of your students?
No, no.
And look, they both hit the 10. More outs for David, not that he needs them.
Yeah.
There you
David.
go, nice double.
Yep.
There you go. Now all of a sudden you're right back in the tournament.
All right, now it's a little less likely that we're going to be getting jammed on with our opens, so maybe things will loosen up even a little bit more now that there's no clear-cut super short stack. Or no, what does he have now?
I think Ryan might be the short stack now, right? He's got about, what's that, about 800 in front of him?
I don't know. David may have doubled up to less than Ryan. I don't.
I thought I saw David with, well, that's graphic
Oh
showing.
yeah,
with
David. Yeah,
580.
he's still rather short, so he's still gonna be.
Well, it's still,
Yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah, he doesn't have. He
15.
doesn't have to open jam.
he's
every
15
time.
bigs though.
He has a real nice.
He doesn't have to open jam 14 bigs with ace 4 off like I did from the button
Yeah, no,
and hit the rail.
we won't be seeing him punting like you. That's why he made it here.
I thought you were going to be proud of me for being aggressive for a change. Wrong spot.
You always pick the wrong spots.
I did. I sure did.
Look over there, Adam's staying out of harm's way.
Yep.
Ray with 2 7s on the button. We know it wasn't going anywhere.
No. Let's see what size Ray uses. This is a bit interesting from the button. Yeah, I thought he would go bigger.
Yeah, yeah. Ray's old school.
Yeah. It's okay to go a little bigger from the button these days as well. There he goes. Ray's finding his vocal cords.
I just needed to drag a pod is all.
David with his raggedy ace under the gun. Probably a fold.
Oh yeah. He made 2 pay jumps with sub 10 big blinds. He's got 15 now. He's thinking like, man, I might get heads up.
Yeah, he might. Stranger things have happened. Rooting for a big 3-way all in. And Ryan's being kind of snug. Okay, here we go. Gavin in the small blind, Tyler in the big blind. He's definitely going to open. Tyler's probably going to defend. Oh, he might have just called.
Yeah, this is a somewhat awkward stack death for Gavin. He could choose a lot there, but he doesn't want to raise fold.
Yeah, it's only 25 big blinds,
so he
right?
decides to just limp.
26, 27 maybe. I think Tyler might just check this one back. Thinks his king high's got some showdown value. Yep.
Yeah, we're not really going to get anything better to fold with the king 7 there.
What do you do here out of position? Yep, there you go. You got the turn to the open-ended and check it again. Tyler might check right behind. Here we go. See if my king's any good.
King 10 with a lot of showdown here. Tyler doesn't raise
Like
out of the
some
booth.
paint. Yeah, another jack. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's.
King 10 with like a little too much showdown to even consider as a bluff.
Oh, sure.
Just check call. Let Tyler barrel some.
I think he's just going to go check. Tyler thinks his king is good.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no reason for Tyler to bet a king. But if he had something like 8-2 or something, you know.
Yeah. And Gavin can call king high there for sure.
Yeah, once Tyler checks back the flop, you can take a lot of ace X out of his range, and you got the best 10 at that point, or the best king at that point. Gavin's getting some love in the Twitch streets. Gavin has the most swag at the table for show, Pinocchio says. D. Hollis says Gavin, solid player.
Well, he sat down and was describing himself as a blaster when he sat down, and I think I'm going to concur with his self-diagnosis.
Nice.
He doesn't mind letting them fly.
We love the blasters.
We love the blasters.
Ten 4, too ugly to raise the button. 9-5 against somewhat short stack in the big blind. Let's see if Tyler goes for it.
I think he might. This is just the kind of hand he might just try to lean on the short stack.
I would try to choose something a little worse. Maybe 9-5 isn't a bad limp in hand.
That's what he did. Put him all in, right?
No, he just limped. Like 9-4, you can go for it because it just you don't care about folding when he jams on you.
I thought those white chips were.
The gray chips.
Ah.
He just put the grays. He just put 4 grays.
I see.
Queen 10 of diamonds here. I think this should be a likely raise. Let's see if he goes all or just say 3 bigs. Nope.
No,
I like
I don't mind it.
sometimes playing these super small pots instead of just jamming right
Yeah,
there.
because you might get this flop.
See if we're gonna get one big blind out of here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to squeeze off a bet here. Just let him.
Do we get King X to fold at this point for one big would be the question.
He's trying to fold out most of his air that has some equity, right? Like 9-5, for instance.
Well, 9-5 isn't folding out. Like hands like that aren't folding. He's
No, but they have some equity.
He does fold. Look at that.
They can hit because he did have a gut shot, right? But it's just some dirty outs there,
Interesting.
like the gut shot that's a diamond. Yeah, I don't mind that fold. You're 9-5. You put 20K in the pot voluntarily. Just wait for the next spot. Out of position against a short stack. If you're playing against Ray and got a big stack, you got a big stack, you hit the gut shot, you might get paid. That's different. But against David, with a short stack, you're unlikely to get paid. I like the fold. Good fold, Tyler. All right, so this is what, 17 big blinds? Stack.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep. Raise 2x.
Josh
Yep.
Atkins in the Facebook chat says he needs an Eddie and Kelly Slay signed T-shirt. You bring me a shirt, I'll sign it.
Josh ran deep again. I don't know what position he was there, but he was there when I left.
Yeah, I think he got 17th in the main, and then he busted the main and hopped over to the $500 one day yesterday and got 16th in that. And
Oh, wow.
I got 14th, I believe, in that.
You guys double dipped.
Yeah, we both cashed 2 tournaments the same day.
That's hard to do,
He made more money than I did.
usually.
He had a good, nice, deep main run.
He and I played together at the end of day one at the same table for a while. And Byron Keverman was at that table as well.
Man, you're
Yeah, I attract the really
tough-
weak, the
tough-
fish.
tough
The fish
table,
come
man.
from my table. Yeah, I had some tough tables all week. Had you and Warren and Tyler on my first table.
That's the thing about these 2K mains. Obviously, we love having them here in town, and we love to get our locals to get involved in Saturday winners and such. But 2K does attract, some real sharks. So we get some.
Yeah, well, look at this
Some real
final
players out
table. There's only one player from Florida.
Yeah. 3 players with over 700K in earnings too.
Yeah, and there were players. I mentioned Byron, but there's also Brian Hastings was here.
Right.
There were some.
Oh yeah, there's some
there were some
bona
very-
fide killers out there.
There
for
were
sure.
some beasts in this field. So congratulations to these guys that made this final table. They got through the forest.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody say okay when I say that.
Never a blind.
80? 90?
This is the first pot we've seen Adam play in a while. Small blind versus big blind. Open a little more than 2x. Ray with his splash call.
Yeah, I like it. Ray's going to be more speculative than most, so let's raise up our hands like King Jack to get him the call with worse kings and worse jacks.
Yeah, and Ray flops middle pair with the backdoor spades. Adam has the 2 overs and the backdoor clubs.
Tough flop here
C-bet.
for the pre-flop raiser. This just spikes big blind defend range.
Yeah. And he bet a third of the pot. It made a small stab at it. Probably going to shut it down now.
One of the worst cards in the deck here for Adam. There's just no path to victory.
Yeah, and as it turned out, Ray hit the flush draw as well. If he wasn't already there, he's got a lot of equity in almost everything he's holding that he would call a bet with on the flop. Yeah, this is a check and give up, I think.
Yeah.
Half pot bet out of Ray ought to do the job.
Yeah, I don't mind this bet. Really, Adam shouldn't have hardly any sixes in range, so we're not really concerned about getting check raised. And we do want to fold out hands like King Queen, King Jack, Ace Jack that have some equity with their overcards.
And
if he calls again, we can bluff the river again. Like if he has a hand like aces or kings, we can turn our Queen 5 of spades into a bluff on the river because we just have so many 6x in our big blind defend range.
right. And we were blocking Adam having the spades because we had to, right? So he's less likely to have a flush draw. So
Yeah,
good bet on turn.
So we would need to go for it on the river if we do.
Adam getting right back to work on the button with ace-7 offsuit, we think.
It ain't gonna go too well.
See the size he uses this time from the button.
Now I do like this. You see, Adam's only got 14 or 15 bigs. Some people just decide to jam it in here on the button with the ace-7. I do like opening because we can open and fold to 3 bets.
Yep.
And we don't have to just play these massive 30 big blind pots because we were dealt ace-7 with 15 bigs. This is certainly we can put in the bucket of Ray's folding, especially to a player like this, like Ray. Ray's not going to be finding those light small blind 3 bets, right? Like a solver would tell you to.
Right. Although we did see him 3-bet pocket 5s just a minute ago.
But even that pocket 5s, like is, you know, if that's their best case scenario, it's a bad situation.
Sure. Yeah, this is easy open and fold for Adam, and something I wish I had done yesterday for exactly this reason.
Yeah, this is pretty much your exact spot.
Yeah, I had ace-4 off.
Yeah, you could have just opened and folded to 3-bet.
Yeah, probably wasn't my only mistake of the day, but it was a pretty big one in hindsight.
It's all a learning process, right?
Yeah, well, you know, you keep knocking on the door, you learn a little bit every time you play, hopefully.
Here we go. If that's right, Tyler's our chip leader with 3.8 mil. Raymond Ray with 2.5, and David our shorty with 15 bigs. Ryan pretty close with 17 bigs. You see Gavin playing 50% of the pots.
That's what I expected. I told you when we sat down that he was going to be active. You know, a lot of people say they play for first, but I believe he's playing for first.
Yeah.
Here's Adam picking up a nice little pair of jacks in the cutoff.
Well, we got a situation here.
After Tyler opened, and David with the 9s, pocket 9s with, what, 15 big blinds in the hijack?
Yeah, with big chip leader opening, this is a
I think this is going in.
Slam dunk, and then Adam's going to have another slam dunk.
Yep. And Tyler's going to get away from it, for sure.
Yeah, Tyler's way gone.
Yeah,
especially
these are in.
when Adam sticks it in here, this is like only premiums.
Yeah, this is probably 10s plus and ace king. I mean, maybe he does it with 7s, but I doubt it.
No, I mean, you see some weird stuff in the middle of tournaments, but final table, you know, all this, like the short stack's all in. This is a great scenario.
Yeah.
If he gets called, you could ladder up. A hand like 7s is easily finding the muck.
You don't actually love jacks right in this spot.
Speak for yourself.
No, I'm saying they're going in. I'm just saying you don't love it because you're thinking David's easily got bigger pairs than ace king and ace queens, and you think you're probably racing. You don't expect him to do it with too many smaller pairs.
I think the reason that it's good is because there's these under pairs. You know, 10, 9s, 8s, 7s. Like he can be jamming over chip leader open.
But that's my
point.
Wide. It's not 2s and 3s and 4s.
No, yeah, of course you're losing some. You're subbing them, but
Yeah, ace jack in the muck quickly, like we expected. All right.
Even like hands like ace jack though, you know, like if David has ace jack here, he's getting it in, especially ace jack suited.
Yeah. They have, you know what? I don't know if he gets ace jack in with 15 bigs. Ooh, who's got the diamond?
No
Nobody.
diamond. Nobody.
I think Tyler had one.
Jack's got, oh, but a straight draw. Oh,
I don't think David was a short stack, right? I think Adam may have just barely had him covered. That would have been interesting. I think Tyler might have had. I think he had a. I thought he had a red ace. Can't remember.
Right.
Not that it matters.
Oh, you walked away.
so what's David's left with 100?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
two big blinds.
Yeah, very little. Can't fault David for shoving the nines
no.
there. Just unlucky that
Yeah.
Adam woke up with a big one behind.
Yep. I think that's just standard play, right? Out of both of them. Actually, all three of them.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Some hands play themselves. Actually, a lot of hands play themselves.
Yeah.
I didn't see what David had left, but it can't be much. I think he was, if the graphics are correct, he should be down to under like 2 or 3 big
Two
blinds,
bigs and in or under the gun here.
which means almost any two go in,
Yeah,
right?
this-
Because you
this
want to,
is-
you don't want to wait till you're the
This
big
is our
blind.
loosest opening range in poker.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to look. You happen to pick up a pair, that's even better.
Oh wow, picks up a monster. I'm okay. Thank you.
Here we are. David's got his last 2.5 blinds in with his sixes under the gun. As we said, you really should put any two cards in here. Don't wait for the big blind. Oh, flop the set
Okay. Gonna hang around for a bit.
and a full house. This is an easy game. Just wait till you do short stack and then double up every time.
I mean, he might be all in this very next hand. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's mostly going to be in the big blind, right? He doubled up, but now he's got to put 2 of his big blinds right back. I mean,
Yeah.
2 blinds back in the big blind and the ante.
Almost folded.
What I was trying to say before, that's why you want to put it in under the gun so that you have the big blind and the ante that you can win. If
Right.
you wait until you are the big blind and the ante, you're only winning your own
Yeah,
chips back.
yeah, you get the triple up rather than just double.
Yeah. Unfortunately, something I have some experience with,
You know that micro stack play better than everyone.
except for yesterday.
Yeah, with the occasional spaz. But that just lets us know you're trying to get out of it a little bit. All right, we got an uber short stack, so obviously everyone's going to be on the snug side. Not a hand out here. Let's see if Gavin thinks king high is going to be good enough. I'd be willing to get it in with the,
Yeah, I
big
would
blind
too.
with king deuce.
I would too, except for I got Tyler behind you with all the chips and knows what you're doing and may raise you right out of the. Wow.
That's the beautiful thing here is, yeah,
you
you
gotta
can
walk.
actually garner folds here because
Yeah.
your stack, it's not like you have two bigs
Sure.
anymore. And like this,
Yeah.
this is going to hurt. 5 bigs hurts.
Yes.
Hand like 8 deuce can easily
Yeah, because
give
then
you a
all of a
walk.
sudden you double him right back up, and now he's got 10, right? And now he's right back in where you keep him short right now, especially on your left. So he's happy to see a walk there.
WPT champion Josh Atkins in the chat saying, "What you got for a hangover cure, Kelly?" So after his 17th place and 16th place, he started in on the cups.
He might have started in on some of Warren's product.
Testing it out.
Of quality control.
Yeah, just checking it out, making sure things are okay.
Saw Josh hanging out with Jeff Trudeau, another beast that was in here,
Oh yeah,
who I also played with at the main event this last year on day 3.
yeah. You can't talk about great players that played in this tournament and not mention Jeff. He's obviously.
I'm going to tell you, he put on an absolute clinic on the bubble on day 3 in the main. Just the way you're supposed to do it, and he coasted that in. I think he finished in the top 30 or 40, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it. David shipping the king high here from the small. Can't fault him. Adam's gonna certainly make the call with ace-7. A little unfortunate for David. He doesn't have the best hand here.
Yeah, but plenty of equity, right?
Oh yeah,
That was
definitely.
a fair fight.
Even that's great. You jam because even if the guy does have you beat with a hand like this.
All right, good game, David. Impressed with your play? Good luck to you, buddy.
Yep, David is from Tampa, so I think we're going to be seeing him for these main events plenty. Just a quick little drive up. Down to 5. 6th place for David. That's going to be $29,262. Now 5 left. Everyone's guaranteed $38,000. Yeah, David came in as a short stack and laddered up 2 players.
Yeah, that's well done. That's well done. And, you know, Ryan is now assuming that spot, right? So he's a short stack. And like you said, now he can be a little more aggressive picking his spots to get it in there.
Yep.
He did a nice job laddering up as well once he got short. Very impressed with his play as well.
Mary Darnell in the Facebook chat. She had a good week, right? She got 3 fourths in a row.
That's hard to do.
Fourth, yeah, ladies or monster stack ladies event, and something else.
That's fantastic play. Good for her.
Yep, coming in town and taking all our money.
Yeah, she's great.
All right, Gavin gets a little wide here from the hijack, and Ray's not going to have it from the big blind. Going to 3-bet the ace-7, get Gavin to fold. I like it. Ray going after it.
Yeah, you know what? Ray might be a good time for Ray to step on the accelerator a little bit. You know, 5-handed, he can be a little more aggressive. A couple of short stacks are out of the way now.
And that's a spot where you don't, like, Gavin doesn't want to lose his chip advantage over Ryan. Like, if he loses a couple more 100,000, he's clear, or he's short stacked right there with Ryan. So then now they'll be playing the game.
Yep.
And you don't want to get into the game.
All right, 25 big blinds, opening ace-6 under the gun, which again isn't really under the gun. 5-handed.
Right.
It's the hijack, so it's a clear. It would be an open under the gun, but it's easier open. Ray picks up kings. He's just 3-bet. Nice 3-bet again, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Going to be an easy opening fold for Gavin, I believe.
Ryan loves seeing Gavin lose more chips. You know, that's.
Oh, he looks like he's going to defend. I don't like this call out of position with ace-6 suited. You don't even know what you're rooting for here.
I think he just knows that Ray has done that with some stuff. He saw him do it with pocket 5s. He probably got a text and said he did it with 10-jack off. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. He's getting some information. I know he's got some buddies out there watching the stream. In fact, I saw Court out there. Court McNulty is a really good player and a friend of his.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure Court's feeding him the information.
Yeah, there you go. Always good to have somebody out there letting you know the hands. All right, that's 250 into 4 here. Gavin can't really afford to speculate, especially for a price that big.
Yeah, if you were deep, you might be able to peel here with some back doors, and I think this is just an easy fold. I think he should have pitched it pre-flop myself, but I'm in it.
No, I like the I'm not in it, and I like to fold pre-flop.
Okay.
I know it's you know, it's tough because the guy just 3-bet the hand before, and you're like, man, this guy's just like running over the table and he's taking advantage of us. But it's not. It's card distribution. You know, he had the best hand last hand with ace-7 of diamonds. He's got the best hand this hand with 2 kings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're in position when get the 3-bet out of the blind. It's not terrible to call there. I just think you're just
Oh, I think
dominated so many times.
Josh said it was a pretty small 3-bet. So I mean, obviously, if it's a min, we can't be folding to min raises.
Yeah, I didn't see the sizing.
So there was 400 in the pot. So oh yeah, it couldn't have been too big. It may have been open to 80, and he made it like 170. So yeah, he's not folding anything he opens at that price and position. Just got a little handcuffed there. Open and then has to call the 3-bet because it's so cheap, and then can't call the big flop size.
Well, I actually think Ray probably should have 3-bet a little bit bigger.
Right,
so
of course,
that he
yeah.
doesn't get beat.
I was assuming it was an average 3-bet size,
I was too.
not a let's just min
Let's
click
just-
him and play out of position a bigger
Let's
pie.
let's just bloat the pot
Yeah,
and play out of
and
position.
not narrow down his range one bit.
Right. But it worked. Again, Ray's got some method to his madness.
Yeah, Eric says open 80, 3-bet 160. Yeah,
Yeah.
Certainly can't fold to the min raise.
No.
And let that be a lesson. Just because it worked there, don't be min 3-betting
Right.
out of the blinds.
Yeah.
All right, button open, big blind defend. Gavin going to be check calling here.
Yeah, he probably would check call just with king high.
Let's see if Ray can blow him off this hand. Two's not a good card.
I don't expect to see Gavin fold this hand,
Yeah, Ray needed a king or a jack to peel off.
especially now.
Or not a king, jack, queen, 10.
Lucky for Ray that wasn't a king.
This could be a decent bluff card for Ray if he wants to go for it. No, he's wimping out.
Yeah. I don't think Ray was ever winning that pot. I just don't see Gavin after that.
Turn, check.
Yeah.
Well, it would be like you'd rep hands like, you know, queen, jack, king, queen. That's how, you know, he would have played those hands like that.
I thought the king
Queen
would be
10.
good.
See bet the flop, shut it down on the turn. Oh, hit a pair, go for some thin.
Yeah. Would have been on the sizing again, I guess, but
That's the problem, is if you go thin, it's easy for a 9 to call, so you actually need to go big in that spot. And if you go big, it kind of looks a little more bluffy. And it's like you really wouldn't be checking back or an ace. Once he checks the turn, he's somewhat capped. Ace, deuce.
15 big blinds. Yeah, there you go.
No, we're at 50K now, so this is just 11 bigs. Yeah, this is an easy jam. Oh, unlucky. Tyler's gonna wake up with a better ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're at 50K big blind now.
Yeah, I see it in the bottom right. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler got
Standard
a
call.
fist pump and get this in. He's just slow rolling at this point. There must be a couple deuces coming after this slow roll. Put a deuce up there. Charge him for it. Not a good start.
Yep.
Now just needs the deuce. Hold up.
That's a
Take
chop.
your money back.
Choppy, choppy.
Ran out. Pair. Look at there.
Found a way to squeeze out of it.
Woohoo!
You know, it's funny. It's things like that in poker tournaments that happen. They can completely change the course of events.
Oh, that
right?
changes everything. That's huge. We're down to 4, and then Tyler's got like a commanding chip lead. He can really go to work. And you know, Gavin can even like kind of cruise a little easier. But now, nope. Gavin and Ryan are going to be playing that short stack game still. Which still, and it's not a terrible situation for Tyler, although that was a pretty big, 20 big blind pot. So like you always want to win that. But he's going to be with this short stack dynamic between Ryan and Gavin. Tyler's going to be able to snag 2-3 big blinds every, a lot of these hands. A lot of these opens are going to be getting through because Ryan and Gavin are a little handcuffed. So it's actually like not the worst situation. You think, oh man, he just lost. Or he just had to chop that pot. But he actually didn't lose anything, and he can still go to work and use this situation to his advantage.
Absolutely. Having a couple of short stacks when you're the chip leader is your license to steal.
Like this should be a pile, maybe 2 threes. 20 guys got 20, and he's got 26 bigs. It'd be a big pile, but I'd assume that it's probably the play with all this with the 2 stacks so short behind.
He raised it to 3 big blinds from the small blind, and
I think this would be an Adamo shove. Man.
what's that?
The threes would be an Adamo shove.
Yeah, and I like it. Actually, 3 big blinds did the trick. I mean, maybe he knew Adam was going to be pretty tight.
Well, it's just the thing. If Adam had ace-10, he can just pile over the top, right? And like so many hands are just freely able to do that when you just open. But if you open jam threes, Adam's folding 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s. Like he's not heroing up with these. So like you really put him in a spot where he's only calling off with the top of his range and just folding so often. And then sometimes he even calls, ace, king, ace, queen, and then like you can just win a flip.
Right. Yeah, threes have a lot of equity.
Looking light, guy. Looking real light.
And so Adam, to start that hand, had about almost 30 big blinds. No. We're up to
26.
50.
Yeah,
We're up to
Adam had
50.
26 when he just folded.
Yeah.
Like something like that. 25, 26.
Tyler picking up some hands.
It's beautiful when you're the chip leader. So
Especially
now
on
you
the
just want to
button.
open because you want to induce to get jammed on. You got a hand this strong.
Yeah, on the button, nobody ever gives you credit for a hand, especially as the chip leader.
Yeah. Oh, and Ray in the big blind. You're just praying he does one of them 3 bets again. Glad to get it in with Ray here with queens.
Oh, that's a pretty tight fold there. King 9 suited.
Raise this time?
Oh,
Adam has to be tight right now. He's got Ryan
Yeah.
and Gavin on the short. He's right in the middle.
yes.
Tyler and Ray have a lot of chips. Ryan and Gavin have little chips, and Adam's stuck there in the middle. He's kind of just waiting them out. If Adam were to bust here, that's why I don't mind that queen 10 off fold to the 3 big blind. I probably wouldn't have folded it, but I don't necessarily hate it because he's just staying out of harm's way. Like
Yeah.
you don't, and it's when you don't want to ever play a hand when it's likely I'm not going to be making hero calls here. I'm likely going to be folding to any kind of aggression where I don't have a really strong top pair type hand because it's so advantageous for me to fold. All I got to do is stay out of the way, and it's a positive effect.
Yep. And he was
And
pretty
if you know that before getting into it, just fold. Stay out of it.
He was pretty careful the other day as well, or yesterday. So I don't expect to see him get out of line too much, and probably take the conservative option when there's 2 viable ones.
Yeah, a lot of these final tables are that. It's just like I said. It's nice to have these big 30 plus, 40 plus big blind stacks, but when you're short, it's a game with the other short stacks.
Here we go. Ray out flopping Gavin.
Ray just gonna donk right in. Calls from the small blind, donks right in. This is the exact type of hand you expect players to do this with.
Yeah.
Or at least I'll say like novice players.
It's almost always top pair. See if I'm any good bet.
Yeah, top pair, weak kicker. It's like, I don't want him to check it back. I'm a little concerned. I just want to get the hand over with now.
Instead of checking and letting Gavin put a c-bet out there, check and call.
Yeah, it's actually like a fearful donk bet. When in
Yeah.
reality, we're ahead by this insanely wide margin.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And you let Gavin get off the hook without putting any more chips in the pot. Or, worse, raise you and make you fold your equity.
Right.
Because Gavin will know in 15 minutes, however long the stream is, what that lead bet was.
Yeah, when you do that, when you find yourself doing that on these 8 and 9 high boards, it gets really tricky when the Broadway cards come turning river. And guys like me will just eat you up. You know, I'll just call just to do that. Like
Right.
if it comes 9 high and you donk into me, like all right, I'm literally just calling to bluff you because
Right.
you're gonna be
Because you've
you're,
captured
you're gonna have top pair and top pair is gonna change twice.
Right.
So like I'm gonna put you to the test.
Yeah, here we go. Open from Tyler. Easy snap. How much is this?
520. Yeah. Oh, he opened. Can't be calling off with 10 high here. Everyone wants to, but it's just not.
It's only 10 big blinds. I mean, you always have equity. How many do you put in there?
It's too much. This is one of our opening folds to his stack. We have opening calls, but I don't think they involve the 10-9.
Let's see. Yep, like you said, almost good enough. That's exactly right. So what do you think? What do you think the threshold is for calling off there? Opening and calling with what? You're folding 10-9
I think
suited.
we like begrudgingly call with Queen Jack suited.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even love it. Don't even hate if you want to make some tight folds, especially if you if you're in a spot where like Ryan hasn't done anything. Like we saw Ryan at the bottom
Yeah.
of the VPIP list. You know, he's been handcuffed, but like
Yeah.
he's waiting for good hands. Like he's not
Yeah.
showing up with
It's-
some of the
It's a lot of pair. I mean, you're hoping it's pocket eights, right? So you got 2 overs. Otherwise, you're
I mean, a best case scenario, but
you're
like
probably 40%.
of the two over situations, it's probably just 8s and 7s. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all the way down to 2s. I know that. You know, Ryan's not shipping 2s and 3s right there. All right, blind versus blind here. Gavin with a monster. Oh, we're gonna be all in. No stopping this. Whether it's open jam, snap, or open 3-bet, 4-bet jam. Nope, limp.
He limped it. He's trying to get a raise. He's gonna jam over the top of Tyler.
Is Tyler just gonna put him in or just raise to induce? Just gonna put him in right here.
Yeah, snapper. That's why he limped it, so he
Yeah.
could call.
Here we go, boys.
Yep. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, Gavin knows.
Ace-Jack versus nines.
Has to put it in.
Yep. I don't mind that play.
You could tell he
know,
wasn't like loving it because
No.
you know Tyler isn't just doing that with nothing, but there are some worse aces. You know.
Blind versus blind. Ace Jack's way too high up in your
Yeah.
range. Let
Tyler's
it go.
got- Tyler's
oh
got-
boy, hit the
Jeez.
ace. Ace with a 9
That'll-
right behind it.
That'll do it.
Ace in the window. 9. Unlucky. Unlucky for Gavin. Played well.
Yep.
Very impressed with his play.
Yep, agreed. Actually, very well played final table as a whole here.
Yeah. This is what I expected. I mean, there were you know. Let's not forget this is a 2K buy-in to start with,
That's
right?
This isn't our standard
Yeah. This is-
Wednesday 2-2.
Right, and then you got through a field of nearly 400 players. You know, it's gonna be unusual to get anybody here that's not competent anyway. But we happen to get some really good players at this final table.
Agreed. Some of the cream has risen to the top, and then there were 4. So Gavin is going to finish in 5th for 38,383. 4 left. Everyone guaranteed a 50K payday now. Now them jumps get massive.
So this,
18K difference between 4th and 3rd here.
yeah,
Tyler card racking.
yeah, he is. No fair giving good players good cards all the time.
Always going to limp. Yeah, we haven't seen Adam
No.
get too wild. That
No.
would probably just be opening versus him, actually. Maybe he didn't want to open and call off.
So you make a small bet here. Do you check with your showdown?
I'm
in
checking. I'm
backdoors? Yep.
checking.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not. Excuse me. I'm betting. I'm not checking. I'm betting 100% there.
Because Tyler can, I mean, Adam can have anything.
It's just he has so much incentive to fold.
But you see, Tyler knew the 9 was coming, so he checks, make sure he gets to see the turn card.
But that's the thing is like when you bet and get called here, it's a lot of time it's 3x and 4x.
Yeah.
So and you just get to win those pots even
Now.
even if they call a flop bet. Yeah.
Even, even if you don't hit the 9.
Yeah. The run out comes 9.
Especially as the chip leader.
9 queen, 9 10. You just win.
With a guy that's in 3rd chips with a relatively short stack there and Ryan. So he's not looking to play any pots with the chip leader without having a big stick.
Yep. And if I flopped any pair there, I would just be opening the one big. So I'm going to be doing that a lot with a ton of my hands.
With these ties. Yeah, true that. I can live with that. True that, especially.
Yeah, Ryan makes it another pay jump because of that run out with the 7-7 and then chopped on that hand.
Another 7 there.
That got him a nice little pay jump.
Tyler, then got you another 7 there.
Money's starting to get
What's
serious
going on?
now.
What's he get a discount? What's going on here? When
This
they're
is like
backwards.
7
Ray
levels
trying
of
to cheat us. Trying to put in.
I was trying.
You put it less than the small blind. Wait, that's not worth stealing.
That was a nice try, wasn't it?
It worked. You know the guy off the right. He's always trying to get away with
I'm telling you, I had a tough night.
You're watching Best Bet Jack's 2K main event, Winter Open. I'm Eddie Marskoski. This is Kelly Slay, along with Johnny Pham, bringing you the action. 4 left here. 140,000 up top.
This is going really pretty fast for a final table.
Very.
That's good because, I can't stay out too late. My bedtime.
I mean, it's getting close. It's almost 6.
Where's that early bird special?
Tell Mama Slay to get the pills ready. Dunsky.
Mama Slay was in here fighting this weekend. She had a couple of cashes, and she holds her own.
Oh, holds her own isn't enough. She does more than holds her own. You hold your own. She shines.
That hurt just a little bit.
I love coming in the room and seeing your wife. She always makes me smile.
Yeah. Spreading the cheer. That's what she does.
All right, Tyler opens under the gun, 10-7 suited. Ryan's going to call the big blind, ace-5. Pretty good flop for Tyler to continue on here.
Absolutely against the short stack.
Wraps the 9, and Ryan shouldn't have many deuces in range. Oh, Tyler's going to check it back, play it coy. Well, again, he knew what was coming.
It's an easy game when you're.
But see, even that, like if he would have bet the flop, he would have got called. And then now he hits the 7. Like when you got 10-7 as diamonds, you got a lot of cards that come.
That's a good point. And he's got a lot of 5s and 2s, and actually with a lot of 9s, he might actually check raise, right? So.
But against the 9s, like we only have the 10, so it's like we feel happier folding a hand like 10-7. But we definitely don't expect him to be check raising too many of his middle pairs.
Right.
Although if he did, he may choose this one. I don't know. Yeah, Ryan's going to be forced to come along here, unfortunately.
Yeah, tiny bet by Tyler.
Oh man, tough run out for Ryan to find a fold.
Yeah, really hard to find a fold with a 5 here. Let's see what Tyler does with the
425.
sizing.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I think we got to.
Oh, he checked it back.
No!
Checked it back. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised by that. I thought he was going to go with a small bet. Just a little, even trying to get called by a big card.
Put him in. I think we can put him in right there. Like it looks so bluffy. Our jack 8s, 10-8s, just everything. 10 jack, queen jack, just so many just air balls that we put them to the test where 5s look us up, especially 5 with an ace. But
Yep.
check the back. Oh, Ryan's survives again. Tyler running over the table here at this point. Everyone except Ray, really.
Ray on the button, gonna open the 9-6. No, he's just gonna, is that a call? Oh, I forgot. One chip is a call.
You know that.
Silly me.
That move. Oh, don't raise me because I meant to raise.
Right?
Savvy vet, Ray Leone.
Yeah, Ryan's just gotta get out of the way with air. Tyler will say, let's see what flops. Before he changes his mind.
Yeah.
Bottom pair goes check, check.
Oh, bingo. Ray spikes the straight.
Easy game. Bets
Pretty
out.
easy fold here for Tyler.
Yeah, bottom pair, no kicker. And the diamond gets there.
Just a really bad turn. Even his bluffs have so
Yeah.
much equity versus our.
If you're getting bluffed, you're getting bluffed. Like you said, you're not getting bluffed with anything that doesn't have some
If it
outs.
wasn't a diamond, I might have got some chips. Yeah?
Probably not.
I know that diamond shut it down for sure.
I couldn't eat nuts.
Usually they get it. Usually they do. But they're not doing it. We gotta pay her. Oh, you don't have to pay. Give her a nice tip. No. Small versus big here. Looks like Tyler's grabbing some raising chips. Yep.
I like this. Adam has been pretty snug. So you expect him to fold out a lot.
Yeah, I'd be doing this.
Yeah,
a
I
lot-
know.
a lot.
We know you would. But Tyler agrees with you in this case.
Yeah, I think Tyler plays similar, or at least has similar thoughts to me on how to attack this game we love.
You mean you don't always have to have the best hand?
No, you do. Everyone else does.
Just stacking it up, admiring my stack, and you're taking 50, 100 on it.
Ryan is going to be
Maybe the next time, right?
in the big blind here with less than 10 bigs next hand. So presume we'll see him all in very soon. Interesting. He had Jack 9 there. He folded. What do you think about that? Four-handed, 9 big blinds under the gun.
Ooh, Jack 9 offsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if it's suited, it's in. Jack 9 offsuit, I could see taking one more orbit and see. I mean, you're four-handed.
I don't know.
Like you said, the blinds
Yeah.
are coming fast. But you'd like to have at least one big card in your hand if you can, right? You wanna have something that can make top pair and win.
What's a Jack?
Yeah, it's Jack 9. I mean, I'd rather have
Jack 9 is basically a Broadway card, a
It-
Broadway hand.
it almost.
Man, I just have these like.
Yeah, I don't,
My opinions of hands are so a little inflated. It's just everyone's just a little more.
because you always expect to hit it, and you usually do.
Well, you know, when they come, you know.
I don't mind a fold with Jack 9 off there. But it's close. I see your point. It's close. I certainly wouldn't have hated it, but I don't mind the fold.
Yeah.
Ray with the splash and the small blind.
Queen 6 off. We just gotta let it go.
Or if you think Ray's super wide, just poke it in there. Hope for the best.
Yeah, just can't. It's nice to have some fold equity, you know.
Yeah, it's blind versus blind, four-handed. Like you said, you're looking for a hand that can make something. It can make a top pair, it can make a straight, can make a flush. That could really do none of that except for the queen.
Something like a jack nine, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't hate it. Suited for sure. Not even thinking about it.
Oh yeah, of course, no question. I would say I could fold some jack sevens there and then start thinking about it with jack eight, but probably I'm just putting it in with jack nine. I could be completely wrong. I'm not saying I'm right by no means.
It's close. Especially four-handed when you're the short stack.
Yeah, because it's zipping
Blind
around,
coming,
and
yeah.
now he's just going to get, you know, he's just lost half his
Yeah,
stack.
you had to put 2.5 big blinds in without seeing anything.
And I can just, it's just so easy to get looked up now. If you jam 9 big blinds under the gun, you get better hands to fold, of course. You know, it's not
Well,
like,
when you fold jack nine there, you're hoping you pick up something better in your next 2 or 3 hands, right? And so far he hasn't.
no, that's the problem. is
So-
you're not supposed to in 2 or 3 hands.
You know, jack nine
nine's pretty good.
is almost, you know, what they say queen seven is the 50% hand, so it's kind of the same.
But it plays so much better than say queen deuce, you know,
Yeah.
queen four.
So 10-5 suited.
King
You could even make an argument for putting this one in.
On the button here.
You know,
Yeah, I like
it was
the
suited
fold.
again. If it could make a straight, if that was 10-7 suited, it would have gone in, right? 10-5.
One thing I will say in a spot like that, one thing that I think
He
about
would have
is
got through, by the way.
it's easier for Tyler and Ray to call your all in, but you might actually get one through against Adam's big blind.
Right.
So maybe with
That
a hand,
was-
maybe a hand like that, you just put it in because
might
you
have
know
been a spot.
Adam can fold.
Yes, he can fold and will fold, and that one would have got through based on the hands they had. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hated a shove there. But you know, maybe he picks up a hand right here,
Yeah, I'm getting close to the right amount.
and he'll love his. No, he didn't.
He's not being rewarded for his
Yeah, for his-
discipline.
that's right. So this is the risk you take when you don't put in the jack nine or the 10-5 suited on the button. Now you're back into the big blind, putting in a big healthy chunk of your stack. So even with Adam right here against Ray, I might just pitch this with Ryan being so short.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't need to play this hand,
No, 4 high.
especially not with how much we've seen Ray
Yeah,
just raise
there
his
you go.
blinds. Like
There
I don't
you
want
go.
I don't want to have to limp fold. So
He looked like he was looking at it like he wanted to play it, but I think he reconsidered. All right, so now Ryan's got a lot of his chips out there in the big blind already, right? What's he down to?
he had 400, so now he's got 100 in there. He's got like 300 behind.
Yeah, what, 6 big blinds? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Are they still at 50?
he's got 2 of them in there. He's got 6 behind.
I mean, just enough to, oh, Tyler picking up another pair.
This is, you know, like you hate when you see it open here.
Yeah,
You just hope to like, if I got to get it in with the small blind, you know, you're happy, but chip leader opening.
Adam will fold his button. Ray will get out of the way, we assume. See what Ryan got in his big.
Would you,
Yeah,
oh, here we go. He's gonna love
it's
that.
It's in for sure.
All right, see if you can win a flip here.
Yeah, yeah,
double
that-
double up to a decent stack.
This is why you folded the jack nine. I hope you get rewarded. Ran into a pair. You were in second, so racing at best probably here. Okay.
Looking for a king or jack.
That's
Just
not
king
it.
or jack now, no club either.
Wow, and we're down to 3. Just
Tyler
like that.
just not losing the runouts today. Banked his full house earlier, got it in behind, was in danger of being the first one out after coming in as the chip leader. With one to come, hits a full house on the river to beat Gavin's flush, and now is a massive chip leader, 3-handed.
That's a huge turn of events.
We'll say congratulations
Yeah.
to Ryan there, picking up $50,986.
Yeah, well played. Well played by Ryan. I was impressed by his play when I played with him the other day and also here watching tonight. He really didn't get out of line.
All right, so then there were 3 here. Adam, clear short stack.
How much you got in this pot? We can't just move on to the next one?
3.5 million or something.
The poker gods are gonna get you from messing with the big blind only.
It's a little foreshadowing by Tyler.
Like Ray opens the button here with the queen 5 suited, and Tyler's going to come along with the 3, ace 3. Eric in the chat saying Adam has played like 3 hands at the final table. Yeah, he just sat here for a couple, not even a couple hours. How long have we been here?
Not long, and he's made himself about another 50 grand by sitting on his hands. Not bad work.
Yeah, nice day's work.
Here we go, Ray. Continuation betting, and Tyler peeling with bottom pair.
Yeah, that ought to finish it.
See if Ray goes for another bet.
Ray
Nope.
checked it back.
Oh, wow, now he made 2 pair. See what Ray bets here. 200. Trying to get called by 1 pair. I don't mind that sizing at all. Trying to get looked up by Jack.
Yeah, we got everything. We got to go small.
Aren't any draws that really miss? Well, I guess there is, but
No, we can't look up a 3. This is too thin. We have so much better hands here. We have 8s. We have lots of 8s here. We have obviously we have lots of jacks.
we don't need to give any chips to Ray either. We got Adams in there still relatively short compared to the other 2 now, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, this doesn't even seem like a line. Like he chose to not bluff the turn and then to decide against it and bluff the river.
with a small size.
Yeah.
Yeah, never a bluff. Yeah, never a bluff there. Although I'm gonna have to work that in my game, and it looks like it's never a bluff.
I don't know. Maybe.
He would never bet that size with a
But then
bluff.
every time they call, you kick yourself for going so
Yeah,
small.
I know it. I know, but I have a little bit of gray hair, so I can probably get away
That's
with
true.
it.
Well, you got that hat.
It won't work with the beard.
No, it's the opposite effect. Hey, Kelly Slay in the Twitch chat, giving us some nice words. We appreciate that. Team Slayrock, I love that.
He must be hitting the wine at home.
I hope, do another one. Pop another one before the old man gets home.
No, like Team Ramrod.
Car Ramrod, tell me your position.
All right, 3-handed. I think Adam's going to be waiting for a good spot to get his chips in, and then he'll either double or we'll be heads up.
That's the kind of commentary you get here at Best Bet
That's
Live.
right. It's nothing but Captain Obvious.
I think the short stack's going to double, or we're going to get the heads up.
I just meant he's going to find a good spot. He's not going to get it in there carelessly.
You're right. Yeah, I understand. I just like making fun of you.
I understand. That's why I'm here. Batman needs a Robin.
Queen 3 in the small. Let's see what he's going to do here. He's going to limp in or just let it go.
I think he's just going to muck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to stay out of the way and hope. You never know. If Ray and Tyler can get into a big pot, you can get a big ladder now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
Big jump.
And he really, you know, when you do get in that spot where you get all in, you want to have as many chips as you can. You don't want to be bleeding here and then be forced to get all in when you didn't necessarily have to. That is a pretty trashy hand in the small blind versus a rather aggressive big blind.
Yeah, Tyler knows how to lean on the table when he's got the chip lead, for sure, and I expect to see it.
Tyler, we're trashing the big. Just going to let this one go.
Yeah. Wow, I'm really surprised at how fast we got down to 3-handed.
Yeah, this has been zooming.
Yeah, we're just barely 2 hours in.
Yeah.
You know, in that big hand with Tyler and Gavin, they played a big pot, 2 big stacks early, and like you said, that completely changed the dynamic of the whole night.
Yeah, you know, sometimes just the stack depths just really drive what the action's going to do. You know, like if people have to sit on their hands, that means other people get to drive faster. You know, so. Oh wow, setup hand here, blind versus blind. Yuck.
Yeah, nothing you can do about this one.
Oh, tough break for Adam here. He's got a stone cold monster here, 3-handed blind versus blind. He's just thinking about how can I possibly get all in here and without letting him off the hook. What do I do? Oh, I jam.
Yeah.
And he snaps me and he's got me
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
What? Tyler running pure. Just pure. Flopping 2 diamonds. Oh,
Wow.
Ace
There you
King's
go.
going to take it down. Wow. Or Tyler just, what is that, like 6-0 on runouts?
Yeah. Playing well, running well.
Just like that, we're down to heads up. Adam Wells is going to finish in 3rd place here for $68,574. Well done, Adam.
Yeah. Well, Adam played well for 2 days that I saw. And like you said, never really got out of line. Super solid player. Congratulations.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break here while we set up for heads up play. Thank you for joining us. It should be about 10 minutes, but keep on with us. We'll be right back.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. With our flexible plan, only pay for the data you use.
first hands of heads-up play here. Looks like Ray's going to take this one with a turn bet.
Yeah, now this is a big spot for Ray. According to his Hendon Mob statistics, he's only got 126,000 in live earnings, and he's already won 93 tonight. So it's a big spot for Ray.
Yeah, massive spot here. And for both, really. Tyler, his biggest score to date is 46K, so he's just
double that.
doubling it at least,
Yep.
potentially blowing it out of the water with 140K. It's not every day you get to play for 100,000, you know?
No, and really they're playing for 50, right? They've already won 90,
Yep.
93.
Each guaranteed 93.
Are you happy or sad?
They can jump up about 47K. It's massive. Just at the turn of a card.
This is when you hear a lot of people start talking about chops, but I'm pretty sure Tyler's not chopping with Ray.
Yeah, Ray, you know, just seems like he wants to play it out. He's, you know, for the glory guy.
Yeah, Ray clearly doesn't need the money. He's just
Right.
playing for the glory and the trophy.
Right.
So good luck to him. He's not local, but I feel like he's local
Oh
because you hear
yeah,
all the time.
certainly, definitely feels very local. Everybody knows Ray.
Yeah,
He won't let you not know him. If you spend any time in the room, you're going to know Ray.
absolutely. Here's a reasonable flop. Look at this. King high, jack. Both of them catching a piece. Heads up. You know, any pair's good. Ray leads right out.
Tyler loving that. See if he picks now to raise it up. Nope, it's going to smooth.
All right, now you feel a lot better about your king, but Ray feels better about his jack.
Beautiful card for Tyler. Yeah, not only does he much less likely that Ray has a king, but now his jacks are even stronger.
You just call again, let him keep betting for you? Or do you raise here, you're going to get rid of most everything.
I like to raise. You know, if he's got a hand with 2 hearts, I don't want to let him just check fold river.
Yeah, just a call. That's what us good players would do. Now Ray's thinking if he has the jack, we're chopping. Right, Ray likes his hand.
Interesting bets here from Ray. He's trying to get off as cheap as he can. He's going even smaller with 250.
Yeah, just a little block bet.
Here's where we lay down the gauntlet.
How big do you go though? Because you want to get, you know, you got to get called by worse. So if you bomb it here, what's calling you? That you beat. I mean, any king you're chopping.
Precisely these jacks is really it. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
somehow
saying.
if Ray ran into a queen with like a queen 10 situation, I mean, I would go $1 million. Half Ray stack, maybe like 1.4, something like that, something that he can hero up.
Yeah, I didn't think he would go that big.
He's going super small.
That's what I would have done.
Well, that's the thing is, like this is what we were talking about earlier. He would never bluff this size.
Right.
I mean, I know he's using
Not against Ray.
he's using an exploitive size here against a like what he perceives as Ray as like a novice, but this to a good player is like you're never choosing this size. 650. It's not super duper small, but
No,
I do like
but
the
he
big
didn't
because
bomb it.
I like the big because it just looks more fishy. Looks like that's the only way to win. And Ray's the type of guy that says I'm calling. Guys like Ray that are a little more stubborn, I go for it.
Yeah, Ray's thinking that now my kicker is the queen, right? My jack improved significantly. I might be chopping, so he's going to pay this one off. And I'm not sure he would have paid off $1 million or more.
No,
He
I
might have
think
got away
he
from
would
it.
have folded to that too.
Yeah, so that's a great bet by
Most likely.
great bet by Tyler, I think.
That was a big one right there.
Yeah,
Chopped his leg off here in the first couple hands.
right.
I think they were gonna run out and grab that for me. Passport. That's him calling.
So Tyler forgot to bring his ID and hired somebody from North Carolina to drive his passport out here so he can get paid.
Tell him I sent it cash out. Say send it cash.
Cash app him the gas money.
So I guess that's the thing, right? You can Uber somebody your passport.
Yeah, why not?
Hey,
Oh, wow, look at this.
when you got 90K locked up, you can
Yeah.
afford it.
You can afford to Uber ride. Look at this, Ray picking up aces heads up. Does that ever happen?
See if Tyler can get away, or if he has a hand where he's going to be stuck in here.
Now, clear to Finn. Let's see how big Ray goes. You see how quickly he bet too. Went big.
Easy fold. Tyler
Yeah,
staying out of
for
trouble
almost
there.
everything. I would have loved a tiny little bet there out of
Or a check,
Ray.
or a check back. It's like
Yeah.
that's
What are you
that's
afraid of?
such a dry flop. Let him turn top pair. Or he's gonna get.
I think I would have bet super small there, like maybe even like a quarter of the pot, just trying to tickle something in there. Hope he hits a pair on the turn.
It's definitely supposed to be a small bet. If you bet, it's gotta be small. No reason to polarize on the 7-4-4.
Oh wow!
Oh, aces for Ray last hand, and kings for Tyler this hand. Ray with a pretty decent hand here in the big too. King 8.
That chasing the box, throwing out aces and kings in the first hand.
Like they want to get this thing over with or something.
Right.
I mean, we're inside of from 8 players to heads up play within 2 hours.
Yeah, they don't mess around here at Best Bet. Want to get them back over to the cash tables as fast as they can with their winnings.
Yeah, they do.
What's your opinion on that? If you were to play this event, would you rather finish it out or come back for a final table the next day?
You know, it depends on. We were talking about that because I was I was there for a while. I think most of the players were preferring to finish it out unless it went late.
I actually like the stop and come back. Honestly, a part of it is like, that's a great feeling. All night you get a great feeling, and then the next morning you get a great morning. Even if you go and bust first, like, all of that's part of the experience. I like it. You know, you get to tell people ahead of time, because you text, you know, you start telling your family, oh, hey, live stream starting in 45 minutes. Like, no, like, you're not, you know.
They're not ready.
No, not happening. But if you know, hey, tomorrow at 4 p.m., you know, tune into this. I liked it. I like the break. I understand it for travelers though, because they want to get out of here. Like I live here. I'm going to be here anyway.
Right.
But I do understand. Like,
what time did it finish yesterday?
About 6.5 hours. Yeah. So day 2 only lasted barely 7 hours.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah. Well, you know what? 7 hours is still, that's a lot of poker if you get a chance to come back fresh for a final table. I don't mind that either.
That too. It's like this is the most important, where the pay jumps are the highest. Let's get as fresh as we can.
Yeah, unfortunately last hand, unfortunately for Tyler, Ray didn't have any piece of it and didn't get any value out of his kings.
Yeah, they kind of go tit for tat there with the aces and kings. Just get a pre-flop raise out of it. Sticky Malone says finish it out or start the next day at noon. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that too. It doesn't have to be 4. Just I do. Ray opens the queen 4. Tyler calls the queen 10 of hearts.
Or flop to flush draw. He's really had some hands tonight. And some good flops and good runouts. Not to mention that 3 on the river. He'll remember that one for a while.
Look at this big C-bet, 350 into 4.
Yeah, with just air.
Yeah.
Like not even, I mean, nothing. No draw, no pair. Just, I want to win this pot now.
Yeah.
I'm betting big. I must have an ace.
And he's in tough shape here. It's gonna take a bluff to win this one. Does turn a little bit of equity.
Not much. But if he's got a second barrel in him.
I mean, it ain't getting through.
No, but you know, if he's trying to rep the ace when he makes that big bet, I think.
I like this lead.
450.
Yeah, that's a really good card for Tyler's range. That's a great bet.
We just get to fold out like all the non-ace X, right? Like
Right.
the king,
That-
the
that has
king,
some
the king
equity.
X that beat us. The other hands that
Yeah.
that have some kind of, you know, king 9 that has jack 9.
And more importantly, that 7 is a great turn for Tyler's range, right?
That's
He
the
defended
that's the biggest part. Like even if Ray does have a hand like
ace whatever.
ace 10, ace jack, he still can only just call because that is full on big blind range. He can have
Yeah.
all the 2 pairs, all the, like the straights.
And then Tyler sets the price to see if he can make it flush.
Yep.
He gets called. He can probably put Ray on exactly that 1 pair, and then if we continue,
16, 60.
we know we got to beat 1 pair.
And like we just never check and lose to king highs. You know, like
Right.
we never just like just like accidentally lose to hands. Like the hand when we put the bet in,
Or
we
let,
get to narrow down Ray's range quite a bit.
or make some garbage pair on the river too, right, with a kicker that ends up beating us.
Yeah, exactly. A little protection for some hands that can just easily get out of there. Okay, Tyler, it's 7.6 million now. Ray down to under 2. Again, we're at 30-60 big blind. So still plenty of bigs for Ray.
He has not called yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I told you you're gonna have to remind me. I told you you're gonna have to remind me. Goddamn, so used to being first.
Ray acted a little,
Yeah, got excited about his hand.
a little quickly there, and
You know, that's the thing. Also, I would consider Ray a recreational player, and as I am myself. And you know, we don't get to play a lot of heads up, right?
I understand.
This is about the only time we get to play heads up is when we get into the tournaments, and a lot of times they're chopped before they get here.
yeah.
So I think, unfortunately, Ray is at a very big disadvantage against Tyler heads up, especially given the chip counts. So let's see, but that doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
A hand or
I'll let
two,
you go
you
first.
can win.
Absolutely, and Ray's just the right amount of dangerous and fearless, you know, to overcome that type of disadvantage. But yes, I do agree. Tyler's going to be more studied in shorthanded / heads up play, and just overall probably a little more comfortable. Even though obviously Ray's been playing poker a long time, you just don't get these moments that often.
Right.
You don't have any hidden or anything, do you? Just the three
I got
stack.
nothing hidden. I got one stinking white chip.
One
just
white
count
chip
mine,
right there
I
on
guess.
top where you can see it. All right, so he's got him. What is that? 4 to 1 out chips. Tyler does.
Yeah.
You know, I
Good
think
problem not being used heads up?
I think in Ray's shoes here, if he perceives he's at a skill disadvantage, which I assume that he does, I think his best strategy is to play big pots and not let Tyler wear him down with a bunch of small pots, a bunch of small bets.
Yeah, agreed. Tyler opening the queen 10 suited. Looks like Ray is calling out or chopping out calling chip. Oh, never mind. 3-bet. To 360, another small one.
There's a good example, right?
Yeah, these sizing errors, you know, like especially when heads up are massive, can compound just into these massive mistakes.
Yeah, he's really never
For
folding out a
210
hand
more, yeah, he's not.
that he's not already beating.
He made it 150 and had to call 210 more. He's not folding out anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, Ray.
Then you can just flop trips.
Every time he steps out, he just binks it.
Yeah. He did it with the 5s right off the bat.
Yep.
Checks up.
We might get a. Tyler's been playing somewhat
What a card.
ABC with him. I don't see a big raise, but I think we could see a big raise here. This is a pretty magical card.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, all in.
Oh boy.
All right, so Tyler's going to need.
Unlucky for Tyler, but he's good at hitting these
Jack's no good, so this
7-hours
is
on
just
the
a
river.
club to win. Jack's going to give Ray a
full house. Yep.
full house, though. Just the flush draw. That's not going to do it, and Ray's going to get the full double here. Oh,
There you go.
Stacks evening up now with Ray over 4 and Tyler just over 5.
Well, as we were saying, when Ray 3-bet in pre-flop, Tyler can never put him with a 9 in his range,
Yeah.
right? So he thinks he's got 2 big cards, most likely.
And that fear factor, he's like, oh, I can act like I have a 9, so like I can actually get
Right.
him to fold some hands.
Exactly
you know.
right. So he's actually repping the hand that Ray happened to have when he really shouldn't have had it in a 3-bet pre-flop pot.
Right.
So there's a good example of Ray having some unorthodox play that works out.
Gets him paid, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And I don't fault Tyler for that play. I actually like that turn jam.
Yeah.
Get those ace and king highs out while we can, and if something happens and the guy calls us, all right, let's run the equity.
Well, if you remember, he did that on day 1 at our first table in almost the same spot.
That's right.
Turned, check jammed when he turned some equity and went to the cage. Looks like it was a good decision.
That was a good rebuy for him, yeah. He was happy not to be at that table anymore.
So was I.
Favorite hand? Jack 9 offsuit?
I was like, wait a minute, you 3-bet me with Jack 9 off?
Is that your favorite hand?
You got, you know. That's what the book says.
Look at there, Ray, 60% in the poll.
Oh, what a bad turn.
5 votes.
Ray getting some love.
That's 3 votes for Ray, 2 votes for Tyler.
7 high.
Tyler wins with the ace-9. We didn't get to see Ray's, but he claimed 7 high. So that gets him.
Even if Tyler calls, that's a good river card to bluff. Like Ray shouldn't have a lot of 8 or 9x in range. So.
Yeah.
If,
Yeah,
if Ray gets tricky on that river and checks it over to Tyler, Tyler might just put him in there and get called anyhow. So.
I like Tyler's play. Just, you know, he's supposed to hit the club on the river. He missed one.
Yeah, club and it's over here.
I think this was the first one he's missed all night.
It is. He was at least 6-0 before that.
And he still has a chip lead.
I made my move, sir.
Tyler limps button here.
This is what I'm saying. I think Tyler wants to keep pots as small as he can. And,
Yeah, and just
and
kinda-
then bloat it when he wants to.
Yeah.
Where Ray needs to go
chisel
the
away.
opposite.
That's what I would do for sure. I'd try to keep it small and obviously go large when I know the spot does, but most pots small. Just try to win the pots that Ray doesn't connect.
Which is going to be most of them, right?
You're right.
Every now and then they flop trips on you.
Pretty often for Ray, it looks like. David in the Facebook chat says old school versus new school.
So it looks like Ray won that pot with the king high, was showing some aggression and got Tyler off bottom pair.
Yeah, when he just checked the big blind there, it's easily he can have any 7x and good stab.
Small blind for fold. 30 to call.
Ray with an ace on the button. I'm sure he's going to be raising. Let's see what size he uses. Yeah, bigger.
Whoa,
Yeah, he's. This is what I'm talking about.
large.
Yeah.
230. Come on. On to the next.
Look at him. Hey, 6-2 suited. Make some hands.
It's suited.
Exactly. You can. I don't love the 6-2 suited for the reason we talked about, but you might do that. You might flop a pair.
And be stuck.
Might turn a 5.
Check 7.
If he turns a 5, that'd be magical for him.
Yeah, game over.
What a weird spot. Yeah, we're just stuck putting money in this pot because we called it pre-flop.
Yeah, now Ray put in half pot.
I wonder if he ever uses this as a bluff.
You got some back doors. That's not one of them. This will probably go check now.
Check 3.
So now what does Tyler do on the river? It's a brick. Turn it into a bluff.
What a card. What a card.
That's the one we were talking about, wasn't it?
That's the beauty of having a 6 on that
Yeah.
flop is when a 5 does come.
Now with Tyler, can you raise here even though the flush got there on the turn?
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Because Ray should have bet with the flush, right? If he
Have
made
to.
the flush.
Yeah,
so
we got
now you think you have the effective nuts. even
Especially
though-
especially at this run out, so often that Ray has an ace, we have to raise.
Right. And if he has a flush, then you'll find out after he stuffs it on you, right?
1.1, enough to where we can fold to his jam if Ray does something crazy. I'm not saying that we always have to fold to it, but we don't want to price ourselves in.
900, close enough. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a small bet. Ray made it 400 and you only
Yeah.
went up to 9.
It's another one. It's another, actually smaller than the last one. The other one was 250 to 650.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'd have
It's
gone.
one of those please call me's.
I would have gone a little bit bigger there. I agree. Easy for us to say that Ray doesn't have a
Yeah, I mean,
flush, but if he has, he has it.
It's going to get looked up. Like an ace
Like you
would
said.
be an insane fold. Like
His,
it'd
his
be a-
range, you're absolutely right. His range is full of aces, and it's not very full of flushes, especially when he checks the turn, right? Because if he didn't have the nut flush, he'd never check it because
And
he
we
doesn't
don't-
want another spade to peel off on the river.
And
So
Ray's not a slow play guy, right?
No.
We see what he does. He grabs a bunch of chips off a stack and throws them in like he does, like he could care less.
Yeah,
If he
I
turned
agree.
that flush, that's what he would have done.
I agree 100%. I think he's definitely calling. He's actually thinking, well, can I raise here?
Wow, look
Oh.
at this hero folds.
Wow. Yeah, he's given Tyler
he's-
exactly a 6.
He's learned. He's learned.
Or flush.
Last time that small sizing was just straight value.
Okay, good fold by Ray. Because he really doesn't beat anything there, right? He's chopping at best.
Yeah,
He
you're
loses to
calling.
the
You're
flush.
calling to chop exactly. Like,
Yeah.
and Tyler doesn't even like do that with an ace. So like,
Right, he just calls it an ace.
it's just. I guess you're just catching. You're bluff catching.
You're bluff
I
catching.
don't think Tyler even does it with an ace.
No, and like you said, is he ever bluffing with that size? Probably not, and especially not against Ray. He might against you or me, but he's not going to do it against Ray.
Exactly. But the thing is, Ray's Ray. So how does
Ray's
Ray?
Ray.
How does Ray know that?
Yeah.
30.
And it is 30 to 40.
How stupid was that?
It's chewing on Ray now. He thinks
Yeah.
he might have folded the chop.
Yeah, he wishes he would have just checked called.
150.
That's a good fold by Ray. I'm impressed by that one. I think at that price, it's really hard to fold a straight.
Agreed. Uh-oh. What happened?
Scoop the wrong.
Oh no, he just called.
Did he?
Yeah. Thought he raised, but he just flatted. Oh, Ray out flopping him now.
I guess Tyler can't hit them all. Just seemed like it,
All right, this one ain't over yet. He's got some cards to come.
right?
Ace or 10.
And here's Ray leading out again, right? Ray betting right out,
Yep. Another
like he does with his top pair no kicker.
same. Yeah, exactly what we saw earlier when he had the king 10 on the king jack flop.
So Tyler with an over and a gut shot. I mean, he Ray's probably hands almost face up to Tyler. I mean, he knows it's most likely a king or a queen with that he's not that strong with. Might put in a raise here.
I think we got too much equity to ever fold. Like I don't want to have to put this raise in and fold.
So here's what we're talking about. When you donk with your one pair no kicker and you get raised, now what?
Snap called.
It's 575 total. How many? 575 total.
He does not. Tyler does not want to see a snap. And this is not a great card.
Now I was thinking the same thing. When Ray calls, now his range is much stronger. It's king or a queen.
So yeah, we blocked the jack 10 stuff.
I mean, do you want to try to bluff him off a king here? That's ambitious, or do you want to just realize your equity and see if you can hit the ace or the 10?
I like realizing. We're actually ahead of some of Ray's flush draws too. You know, so like that we have a sliver of showdown value.
Yeah, I like that check. And the flush card gets there.
Tough run out for Tyler.
All right, now why are we betting for Ray? What do we beat? That calls us.
Yeah, I don't know what this bet does. It just gets ace jack to fold correctly
All right.
and not even take a stab. Two jacks isn't calling us at this point. You know.
Well, I mean, Ray. I mean, is he thinking he's turning into a bluff? I don't think so.
No, I think he's just trying to get a little value. But there's just there's nothing in that particular spot. There's really just no value to get.
No. But maybe he didn't want to face a big bet if he checked, so he's just trying to block bet. We'll give him the credit, the benefit of the doubt there.
Big Slick Rick in the Twitch chat says, did they chop? I have heard no news of any chops. I think they're playing this one out.
Yes, it wasn't even brought up.
Yeah, not even considered.
You know, I don't think either one will want to chop.
Yeah.
Ray's playing for the first place trophy and the glory and doesn't care about the money. And Tyler thinks he has an edge.
Right, exactly.
So why would you chop?
May the best man win. All right, Ray opening the Jack 3, getting Tyler to fold the Jack 5. When Eddie's commentating, you know the big dogs are playing. Yep, I try to come out for the good stuff.
He got me off the couch to come help him. So
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. Was hoping you were going to be here today.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
You know, consolation prize.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we were both here today.
Yeah.
This time yesterday, we had
Yep.
a little shot.
You know, a lot of local guys went deep, as a matter of fact.
350.
You had a nice representation from the Jacksonville crew here.
Ray flops a king, bets out, gets the fold.
Toby cashed after winning the 1K a couple days before.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
congratulations to him.
Yep, taking down the 1K6 max outright, 34K. Well done, Toby Boas. My wife is actually with his wife right now at a little play date with our kids.
Oh, I thought they were out spending your money somewhere.
Well, I'm sure they are, but with the kids, so it's
okay.
justified. You
It's
know?
okay. It's okay. I get it.
Not right now.
We got Johnny Pham in the control booth sending out some information for you guys to get your screens tightened up.
Yeah, usually on YouTube it's defaulted to a lower bandwidth, so you'll have to adjust your settings to 720 or 1080p on YouTube.
Pham does it all, you know.
He does.
Does it all. He's out there directing the tournament, in here handling the tech issues,
Right? That's why they call him Johnny Fantastic.
and gets on the mic sometimes. Just can do it all.
Oh, thank you, boys.
And no slouch as a player.
That's right. You don't want to see him. PLO. You don't want to see him on the PLO streets. Tyler opens button. Ray defends the king jack. Stack's getting a little closer here. Ray with
I keep trying, it's not working.
4.3. Tyler with right around 5.
You know what it is? I'm so ingrained that 5,000 is a big number when we start. I keep going to the 5 and thinking that they're big numbers.
Isn't exactly the flop you want to see when you open your sixes.
Not terrible though. I mean,
You know, this is a spot that if Tyler bets here, I would love to see a check raise out of Ray with 2 overs and a gut shot.
yeah.
I don't think we're going to see it.
I
but
would,
it's a-
yeah, I'd like to see him choose some of these spots to do that too.
yeah.
Looks like he's just going to try to realize the equity and just
Yeah.
call.
But that's what I meant about him taking some spots to, you know, try to play some big pots. So that's the opposite of what Tyler wants to do. And you know, you have a lot of 10s in your defend range as well, right? So, I mean, Tyler just can't call you down with much. Now he's going to win the hand with a pair of 6s.
Gotta go for some thin here for sure. Oh no.
I don't think so. I think he just knuckles it, turns it over, and scoops the pot.
No way. Gotta go for something.
What's going to call you?
Ace highs.
You know,
And it's just really, it's not about.
he probably 3-bets his aces to begin with, heads up.
He definitely doesn't 3-bet nowhere near as much as he should, and he leads. If he has a 9, when the turn goes check check, he just fires river. That's what we've seen from him. We just grab a few whites, throw them off.
Yeah.
Gotta go for these thin spots, man.
If you put a small bet out there, you might have got looked up by king high. That's true.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Ray had the king of spades in his hand too. That would be another good bluff spot.
Would loved to see him turn that. But again, like maybe if you're against an opponent that's capable of that, you check back the 6s a percentage of the time.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're against a recreational player that never has really that river check raise bluff, holding the key blocker card, I mean, it's, you know, you can just freely value bet. And then the time he calls you with a 9, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
Right. And if he check raises you, it's easy fold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it if you go with the right sizing.
Oh yeah, it's a small size for sure. You want him to be able to call with king high and ace high.
How far is that?
And you want to protect your bluffs when you river bluff small in spots like that.
Yeah. Which he also won't be doing.
Yeah, exploitively, probably not versus Ray.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so far he hasn't. So far he's been betting with value, small with value every time.
Yeah, everything we've seen. Like I said, versus Ray, I don't think we'll see the small bluff.
Right.
Because Ray is so inclined to call. That's why he's going with the small value. Which really makes that fold that Ray made with the ace that much better.
Yeah.
Let him act.
Ray bet out of turn again.
Billy, just leave it out there, right?
Okay, Tyler hitting middle pair. I think I'd squeeze off a little bit here, wouldn't you? Protect that.
Yeah, we do need to protect against hands exactly like he has here.
What do we bet? 200? There we go. Third of the pot does the trick.
Snap fold.
I don't know why they're so anxious to put in chips.
We aren't either, Ray.
Ray getting the final table jitters, acting out of turn a few times, mistaking certain chips for other colored chips. Tony Leone in the what chat is that? In the YouTube chat says, my dad definitely doesn't care about the money. He's all about the win. Proud of him, but he's definitely out for the W.
We agree
Love you,
100%.
Pop. Oh yeah,
We love Ray too, and we know he's playing for the win.
oh yeah, always. You don't even know what laddering is.
No, no fear, which is
Exactly. That's why he's here.
that's
That's
why
why
he's
he's
here.
getting this 90K plus score.
Yeah, good for him.
Ray very successful in all aspects of life. No surprise. Puts his mind to it in poker. He's going to find himself at a final table with a lot of money up top. Hill Kirby in the YouTube chat. Welcome to the stream, buddy. You're here with Eddie Marskoski and Kelly Slay. Hill says Payne for the win.
Did Ray bet that turn with the flush draw? Take that pot down? I went so fast I couldn't quite follow the action.
Yeah. Let's see what our chip. Okay, Tyler's still with 5.4, so still got a.
Yeah, Ray's tightened it up though. You know, it was 8-2 there for a minute till he hit that full house. Tyler just letting the 8-4 go. Just shows you can fold some hands, heads up. Some people don't think you can fold anything,
Well,
but you can fold those.
I don't know if I fold the 8-4. You definitely can fold some.
Well, if you're not folding 8-4, what are you folding?
9-3, 9-2. 8-4 is connected.
Okay.
"40-minute levels." Dimitri asking in the Facebook chat.
Hill Kirby making fun of me in the surfer. Kelly Slater.
Kelly Slater actually made the news recently. I don't know if you saw that.
I did
He
not.
won some surfing championship at like 48 years old or
I was
something.
going to say, how old is he now?
Tom Brady style.
Yeah. Sean White.
He tries the opposite. He tries to put in too much.
I forgot we can't get.
All right, so Ray opens the 8-6. Tyler calls the 4-5, and we're off.
All right, let's see what Ray does with the C-bet here. I think he's going to bet this. Yeah. He's betting none of this small C-bet out of Ray. He just old school piles it out there. See
Yeah.
if you have a hand that you can
Yeah,
play.
he does. Old school, 3/4 pot, 3/4 pot, 3/4 pot. Oh, he said he put you down as Kelly Slater in the updates one time.
Oh. Yes, now I remember.
All right.
He gave us some good love in the poker news this week.
Tyler folds the 2-3. Yeah, you guys were all over the feeds. Both of you and your wife.
Camera likes my wife.
Oh, it don't miss her. If she's in here, it's finding her.
It's kind of funny because everybody freaks out. And there's other venues when they see both of you are playing. It's like, can that person go bust? Or is that the same person?
Yeah.
Heard you had some issues in the series with that.
We have had, we occasionally both cash in the same time. It's fun in the payout line. It's even more fun in the airport at the in the security line. You get to see when they're paying attention or not. They give you the double take. Wait a minute.
All right, Ray opening the 8-6. Let's see if Tyler can find a 3-bet ever. Ray's been opening rather liberally and large, so when these opens are larger, it makes them that much more enticing to go ahead and 3-bet.
Yeah, and any ace heads up is a great hand, right?
He's going to make the call as he's been doing, just small balling it like we talked about before.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hate it a 3-bet either. But he's going to pick a better one.
8-ball would turn this, would end this thing.
So Ray's c-betting bottom pair, which I don't mind at all. I expect a check call here out of Tyler.
Yeah, ace-8 really good, just flat situation here with our back doors. Beautiful brick on the turn.
Yeah. All right. Now let's see if Tyler goes from value on the river. That's a great card.
Yeah, it is. The only thing, we're chopping with all the other ace-X, so we might have to just go small here to try to pick those 9X, 6X pocket pair type hands. 1.1 in the middle. Let's see what he goes. Maybe like 5.
I was going to say 4.
Maybe 450 just to get called.
Yeah. 550. 550. 575. 750. Ooh.
Large.
Yeah.
A little large again. We like, they're just, there's not much where
Nah.
you can't have much to call with. Now, if we have ace-10 right there, I love that bet size. Obviously,
Yeah.
we get to go bigger when we have a kicker that plays.
Exactly. Where we can get called with the guys hoping to chop.
Yeah, at that point, we're just targeting 9X and 6X, and we just know it's tough for them to call more than half pot size bets. 8-4, folded
Look,
again.
Look at that. That was one of the best hands I've seen the whole tournament. I mean, heads up.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, suited pink.
It'd be amazing if you made it this far.
Yeah, no,
Ollie.
that's why
Never having better than
You
King
notice
Jack.
I qualified that.
So that Hill said it was Matt Hansen was doing the poker news.
Yeah, this week, yeah.
I get those guys confused sometimes. Yeah. I know the faces and not the names.
I even remembered it's my turn to go first.
Tyler picking up queens.
Rags here for Ray.
He
He's
has
gonna
had
raise it up.
He's had some hands.
All right, this one's got to be a 3-bet.
What's the sizing?
Made it 2-4. I would go small to try to keep him in.
He's got a
I'd go
500.
to like 7. Oh yeah, I love it. 580.
And it's got air, total air, so
Yeah.
no size is getting called. I do like that size out of Tyler. Maybe even inducing a 4-bet.
Exactly.
That was good.
But what, didn't I just put in the big blind?
Oh, what just happened there?
Oh, he opened.
Would you check that out?
Tyler should be the button now.
You opened. You made it 240. You had 40 under you too.
Oh, okay, you're right, you're right.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I knew what was going on when I had the queens.
Tyler's like, I'm playing this guy heads up for 140K.
Not anymore. He's playing him up, playing for 50K. He's already won the 93.
Well, 440 up
Yep.
top.
Yep. That's a good showing for both of them.
Oh, a couple of big hands here, heads up. We're at 40, 80 big. So Ray still has a ton of chips. Oh, Tyler limps in, so this could be a limp Ray situation.
This could be the hand.
Oh, that's scary when the guy tells you that
Yeah.
while you're thinking
Table-
pre-flop.
Yeah,
This
thinking,
could be the
thinking
hand.
about him
Yeah.
going
It's
to
like, do I really want to like limp jam ace-8 when the guy says this could be the hand?
yeah, table talk might talk him into a call here.
That's pretty inducing.
Just gonna call. Yeah, that comment. I mean,
Yeah.
that could have seriously slowed him
I
down.
think it did. I think you're right. I think he limped 2 raise, and he thought, well, let's
He's
see
like,
the
"What?"
flop first. Oh boy. All clubs.
Terrible flop for Ray. Let's see if he.
Ray checked back to see if he had a club,
Yeah, slows it
and then
down.
checks.
First time he's slowed down.
What
That
do you do
flop's
with
just
Tyler? Do you
too
make a
ugly.
bet here? Or you check it back. He
Yeah.
checks it back.
Check it back. What a beautiful card.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ray moved all in
What?
silently.
What?
Did you see that? Did you see that? Silently moved all in.
That was interesting. All in, without no words. Just did the old gesture.
Hand motion. And now Tyler's got to think: does he really have a big hand? Would he really do that with value, or is he not wanting to get called?
This one's wild.
Yeah, this one's. I think the way this hand went down, I'd have a hard time because if he had a ace with a single club in his hand or something like that, he's probably going to bet that flop, right?
Yeah, I just
And-
don't know what value he does this with.
When it goes, yeah, exactly. When it goes check, check. I mean, I guess he could have. I just feel like he's betting everything on the flop. Even if he's got a flush, he's probably going to bet it.
You think you got the hand you call? Doesn't matter what I got.
That's true.
Oh, see, this table talk here is kind of.
Have to be right every time here.
It feels kind of defeating, actually, from Ray when he says that. Like that's what I got from it. Of course, I'm looking at the cards, but Doesn't matter what I got. If you got it, you got it. You know, like
Say it one more time.
3,150,000.
massive over bet here. 3 million into like 1 million.
It just doesn't feel like Ray ever does this with a strong hand, but he might. I mean, you know, it's Ray.
What I mean, I guess like what are the strong hands? Are we like we worried about like ace king no club? I guess like these.
But those are probably going to bet the flop.
Right. Like we haven't seen Ray slow down the way he did on the flop. That flop check is so telling.
What do you want me to fold?
Exactly. What do you want him to fold?
I think Ray just thinks when he checks back the flop, he doesn't have an ace. So Ray
Right.
just wants to bluff him off everything that's not an ace.
That's right.
Dimitri says every time he grabs chips, I think he's calling.
I do too.
I think he's going to call here. It just seems a little spazzy. You still.
Well, you know what? This is just what we were talking about before, though, right, Eddie? These are the size pots Ray needs to play with Tyler, and Tyler doesn't need to play a pot this big with Ray.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hate a fold here out of Tyler for that exact reason. You know, like you said, he's got to be there. He goes.
Good call, kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good call, kid.
It is a good call.
Hell of a call.
No, you don't.
See, yeah, when Ray does it, you need to do it with some equity, right? Like
Right.
King Jack with
Yeah,
the King of
just
Clubs.
have a
or
club in your hand.
something crazy.
Something. I agree.
And that is it, guys. We have crowned a new Winter Open
He's got the
champion.
backpack on already, just quickly. Let's go, let's go. You can't even get his money yet. The passport's not here.
Yeah.
You got your
awesome.
ID.
Okay. Well done. Good call.
Yep, that's Tyler Payne. He's going to take home $140,000 for first place, and congratulations to Ray Leone as well. He's going to be taking home $93,000 for second.
Yeah, Ray played really well. You know, heads up. I thought he did a good job. A couple of sizing issues here or there, but and you got to give him credit for going for it in the spot, even though it didn't make a lot of sense. And Tyler figured it out and found the call button.
Yeah, I
in
agree.
a big spot.
I
If
play-
he's wrong there, that completely changes the dynamics of the table.
Yeah,
So,
if Ray, Ray has the ace jack right there. That is a massive
I
one.
mean, I think, like you said, Ray could have picked a better hand to do it with, but I like the idea. And hats off to Tyler for figuring it out, and making a call.
Yeah, super well played final table all the way through. Congratulations to everyone. Again, I'm Eddie Marskoski. That's Kelly Slay for Best Bet Jacks. Keep repping the nuts.
Good night, guys.
Love that.